Welcome, boys, girls, everyone else, to the second half of Session 14 of the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's League qualifier. We've got the second half today, one more session on the 12th and 13th of next month, and then we're headed directly to the playoffs. I'm Carl, and for Game 1 today, I'm joined by Harrison. Welcome in.
Woo! Let me tell you, I should get heart medicine. I really should. It's that time of the season. We're in makes, we're in breaks, we're in dreams and wishes realized and fallen. This is the time to be watching, and I will tell you, I can't imagine a scenario where today's games are not going to be impactful and thrilling and riveting all at the same time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. Everyone plays the last session, but the people we see today will obviously be playing for session 14. So
yeah,
6 games for them. We'll have to see if they can make a comeback, or we'll see how the scores look when we get there. Later on today, you'll be hearing from Nate, you'll be hearing from Jenn, you'll be hearing from Corak. Nathanael being the one pushing buttons behind the scenes today. It's always worth shouting them out because it's a very undervalued role, I think, sometimes. But yeah,
the steel beam from above. Definitely the crane operator who moves the steel beam. Undervalued. Yeah, people don't think about that part.
It really is, yeah, exactly. I guess before we get to the Mahjong today, let's talk about our sponsors. We do have WRC and USPML helping us get this to you. In USPML's set, we hope you check out Sparrow's Nest, a Mahjong studio in New York with the Slim Scale order tables. We've got the Ultimate order tables, we've got the Rex 3 order tables. All of the lovely, lovely brands. You can even see, I think, some of those in maybe tables today. We'll see. We're also sponsored by WRC, the World Rally Championship, the most prestigious international Mahjong tournament in the world, held once every 3 years, the next of which will be in New York in 2028. And I suppose it's now a good time to mention it. How maybe WRC and USPML and M League are maybe doing a little bit of a collab?
Well, I was going to say you might as well, because let me tell you, 26th to 28th in Las Vegas and June 29th to 30th in New York City. Let me tell you, we got an event for you. If you're in the States, if you're in one of those, you are going to want to come out. Because not only do we have our own Jenn, commentator extraordinaire, also Yumi Uotani, who is a player on the Sankei Shimbun Cup WRC team, but we also have Hiroshi Yamai and Ryoe Hirano. And that's not even starting with the M-Leaguers. And then we got 6 M-Leaguers coming to you too. We got a 2-day tournament in both locations, fan meetings, exhibition matches, as much as you can pack physically, possibly, for Mahjong in these days. It is a must-attend event. It is going to be super cool. I think one of the first of its kind too, if not the first for something like this.
And it is in the US for sure.
Yeah. Well, especially getting these names. I think we had WRC 2016, like a lot of good players, a lot of like M-Leaguers and professionals were here. But especially post-COVID, this is the first time that we've had something like this. And it's so exciting to see.
Yeah, exactly. I know you said that we only had 6 M-Leaguers. I'm gonna count Rotani as a 7th. She might not be a current player, but she definitely has been in that league.
Oh yeah.
So I think we decided to say 7 M-Leaguers, right?
That's true. Yeah, I'm just splitting it by the graphic, right?
But absolutely, it's going to be exciting. I believe it's speaking of WRC, but do we also have like a little giveaway maybe later on during the stream?
I heard a little bit. I wanted to say I heard about a giveaway, and it looks like our giveaway is going to be a commemorative World Champion towel by Kotaro Uchikawa. 2025 champion.
Well.
Ooh, look at that.
It's very, very cool. If I had that, I would display it on a wall. It'd be great. With all the little sort of scenes in Tokyo, including the giant Riichi stickers that Tips and I were joking about yesterday. Not to scale, of course. But
not as tall as the Tokyo Tower, but taller than Matsui. Remember that.
Fair enough.
That's how big it is for scale.
But yeah, if you want to try and win one of these, stay in chat later on during the stream. We'll be doing a little chat sort of campaign type thing. But also, if you want to become a channel member, we will be hosting a little draw at the end of the month, which is very soon. And
I'm about to say, we have one more day for that, right?
Exactly, yeah. 2 channel members are going to be winning that. So if you want to get involved, feel free to become a member of the stream, of the YouTube channel. But yeah, other than that, I suppose we should probably get to the Mahjong today, right? Anyone who might be tuning in for the first time might need a quick reminder of the rules. Perhaps people who are excited but maybe didn't see the last 3 weeks of our streams might be needing it. We've got 2 different qualifiers. So they meet up at the end. we have the Scepter League in Tokyo. This is what we're looking at today. The Orb League Western Championship we don't get to see until the finals. In the Tokyo Scepter League, we have 60 teams split into 15 groups of 4. You're battling the other teams in your group. The top team and the top individual players go to 2 different finals. So, it's going to be all to play for, hopefully. It's going to be nice and close when we get to see the scores. The Orb League only has 5 groups. They're different locations. They have a bit more spread out schedule. But they all meet for the final we're getting to very soon. Speaking of the Scepter League, we do have a team from WRC taking part. They're not playing this week, but they are playing in session 15. We had Jenn as one of our team members, while also Mio Nishida from South Korea, Yumi Utani, who we were talking about earlier, from Japan, are our players. Gemma, the team captain, of course, from the UK. Got to give the UK some good representation. But yeah, who are we watching today?
Let's take a look, and it looks like in our first seat we are going to have Mia representing FireBird. In our second seat, South seat, representing Team Ampai, we're going to have now Ogasahara. In our West seat, representing Team TF, and then that's Channel. Yes.
Channel.
I was stalling out. I was like, oh my god, how am I so bad at counting that? Representing TF Channel, we have Miki, Tsukada, and then finally, last but certainly not least, in our North seat, heading out the last dealership of the game, representing Team Karaoke Bar Gatinha, is going to be Miyabi Konishi.
Right, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. I guess we can have a quick look at the scores before we go in. Is it close, or is one team really far ahead? 6 games can change everything, of course, but it's actually surprisingly close. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, people might be seeing this and thinking like, oh, 300 point spread between first and second, or between first and fourth, like this is pretty far, even 100 points. But you got to remember, like with first place Uma, like you get first, the other team gets fourth. You're playing 3 direct games today, as well as 3 more direct games next week for the final session. That's 6 games against direct competitors. A lot can change. We could honestly see these scores flipped, even at the end of today, let alone next week.
Anyone paying attention to the stream yesterday, the game I got to cast was exciting, so exciting in one way, because one player got a massive win. It's a rare to get a win this big, but I think it had a plus 70, I think, by the end of the game. So when you look at the gap, you see about 100 points. 70 could be one match. And that's not even counting the minus that the other team would get from having such a low score, because you've taken all their points. So yeah, absolutely. Let's, I guess, get to it. Good luck, everybody on the table. I'm looking forward to something exciting. Maybe not quite as exciting as that last game. The double Ipatsu Sumo Ura was very exciting to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you 70K. Just hit a +4, casual +4, or +3. Just hit Ipad Sumo Ura 1, Ura 2, +3, +4 on a Riichi. Like it just it tends to have games go pretty well for you.
Yeah,
that doesn't tend to be a losing recipe. Oh yeah, it's dealer too. Yeah. It's at an extra times 1.5, casual. Why not?
Yeah, just a nice little win.
I'm so excited. I think this high pie is going to be the tone setter. Yeah. Oh,
okay, so we have
not the worst hand.
But potentially Itsu as well from Ogasahara.
Yeah, Ogasahara looking pretty good. Kind of a clunky hand for Tsukada. And Konishi, not too much going on. Pair of the West, but doesn't help. All the shapes kind of present there, but nothing going on with the shapes. Kind of the same with Mia. She's got all her shapes. They're not terrible, but not a ton of value. And not really even the quickest too. You're expecting like a lot of Kanchan end weights from what I'm seeing with players on the table. Although they're young away,
but she's kind of stuck a little bit. Yeah, getting on the Itsu just to try and hopefully get a nice 2-sided weight.
Wow, yeah.
Either way, but at least now we have a 1-away with a chance for sequence rather than just needing to draw the 2 and the 8, I believe, of pins to make that work.
Yeah, you could potentially also she's definitely fishing on the 6-0, trying to get a better end weight. What you could also do is try to get the 2-pin or the 8-pin at Dama, because that would be Itsudora 1 for 5,200, which is very strong. Might catch some players off guard, but the end weight, I mean, it's still 4 tiles at best, so
yes,
it is kind of weaker on the end weight side.
Mia Adila currently, I believe, still only 2 away, but she's managed to get pin through guaranteed. She's managed to, well, not guaranteed, but almost guaranteed.
Almost guaranteed.
She's managed to get the all inside guaranteed.
It's fun. 5-1, yeah.
Yeah, totally fair.
That one's a fun one because you want to maybe cut 3 mon and like get a 5 for shape, but if you keep it that way and then draw a 3 mon, you get another Anko for more fu and some like zany stuff like that.
Speaking of being one away, Tsukada one away with Dora 2. The knight has been cut already once, though. So it's going to be hard to triple it up. But Dora 2 is still Dora 2. And this is actually
There's that 4
a
or
really nice
5,
one.
and we got the double-sided. We have that 9 so, which everybody's going to throw out in the pond, which speaking of,
Ampai
Riichi
3/6
comes
off
out.
bamboo for Reach Door 2.
Tsukada, Riichi Door 2. It's nice. And speaking of Reach Door 2, hey, I don't want to be a mind reader, but I feel like 9 so Riichi might happen here.
The 6.
Wow, check the 6.
Well, the reason why is because you have the outside hand, right? But
yeah,
if 6 does the all-in,
Juchan.
the knight would have been guaranteed safe. So it's interesting about the risk you take.
The chip has Door 3.
Adding extra value potentially.
It is +3. So if you hit the Juchan side, so that is like a big step up. But I feel like there, like when you're handed the safe tile, it's too tempting to just take it, even if your value's not quite matching.
That's very true. I mean, I guess the other thing is we are talking about the team in last place. So taking a few more risks to try and make something happen, I think that's maybe a bit more justifiable.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
7. Bamboo there. Oops.
Well, top again. Speaking of, oh my god, what a hand this is. Yeah, decent round shot 10 already from Tsukada. Really looking, I guess, to establish being the front runner for this game.
And honestly, I think that's exactly what you need to do, right? When you are in third place, you've got to make every single hand count.
Mm-hmm. You definitely want to try to knock Ogasahara a bit more down, but I mean, if you get a good first and Ogasahara doesn't gain points, that's also valuable in and of itself.
Speaking of Ogasahara, maybe switching over to a 2-3-4 mixable sequence, trying to get a big hand to shoot ahead. We'll see. These are the hands that I tend to assume they'll never actually get made, but 1-2-3 or 2-3-4 definitely still possible.
Yeah, sometimes it looks so good, and you're like, it never comes out. This could be 3 so with the advantage that you get to do an E-Peiko or take the Shabo on North 5 mon.
I like
could
that.
Technically also see 5 so with that same logic and then on North 3 so, but we're gonna cut the 5 mon. That is the most efficient. So you don't get Ipeiko, but you have a better chance at like a Ryanman Reach Pinfu weight, which does have value in and of itself. Which, speaking of value, Dora 2 with Hatsu, one still left in the wall too. That is a massive hand. That was that Konishi was building, no, Mia was building.
It was Mia, yes. No, it was also Konishi, you're right.
No. This one's Mia. Yeah. The Dora 2 with the Hatsu pair.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So very strong.
Choices to make. No, we're not going to go for the Sanshoku. Just going to cut the 1-3. Much better to get rid of that dependency on the 2.
Oh,
and we're going to see a reach.
Reach Pinfu on 1-4 mon. Pretty decent rate or weight, excuse me. And I feel like we might see some fighting here. If we're gonna see the Hatsus, I think they'd come out here. 5 mon is Genbutsu, and that doesn't really fit. So we'll take the advantage or take the opportunity to get it out of our hands. But now with Ogasahara forced to check, is going to try the 9 and it'll pass. The Ishan 10 is dealer, too good to pass up.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's actually a 4-star weight. We have 2 of each available, 2 of the 1s and 2 of the 4s. So it's not a bad reach, all things considered.
Well, it's 7 tiles because you have one of the 4 mons, but I mean 1-4 is a very strong shape. So
yes, I mean as far as you can see, it's 7. But yeah, I always like to count how many we actually see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, these players are playing so fast. I'm like, it's not bad, it's not great. It's probably like 4 in the wall.
It is exactly 4, 2 each. Yeah.
I'm so smart.
Yeah.
Definitely not because I just heard you say it and then didn't think about it.
Oh, there's one of the 4s though.
Ooh, 3.
Yep. Because taking the safer, not really taking any risks at this point. No reason to.
Yeah, scared out. I mean, as dealer, you kind of want to get the Renshan, but that's scary. I mean, we even see Mia back up with Dora 2 and still a Hatsu in the wall. Yeah, and this house will come out now.
So yeah, the question is going to be, there are only 3 tiles left that get Tsukada the win. But
yeah, I can't see a player dropping. Oh, another 7. That's Ishan 10 with Tanya Dora 3. You got to imagine Mia's going to push
Dora
that
3.
given any opportunity. Tuso doesn't even look... It doesn't look great, but there's probably some more styles. Like there's a lot of 1s out, a couple 3s.
And in my opinion,
You're not in love
there's
with
the
the
4 though.
Oh, there's the 4
Yeah.
though. Reach Pinfu Sumo.
Like I say, when you know where all the Dora are,
Oh,
then you know the other players don't have it, right? So it's like
yeah.
even if you deal in, you're probably dealing to less value than if you didn't know where the Dora were. You know, that's
Very cheap. Yeah, I think that's one
exactly.
of
It
the things
justifies the push a
people.
little bit.
I think it's one of the things people tend to discredit a bit more. That like a lot of the times, even if you're playing aggressive into something, if you know that it's either going to be like very likely to be a cheap win from them, especially if you're dealing into a bad shape, or you have all the value, especially in Akanashi, like if it's cheap, who cares if you deal in, right? Especially if you have the value to back it up and justify that you are going to, if you can get there, just have a monster and it'll be worth the risk that you're taking now.
Exactly, yes. So Tsukada managing to win East 1, East 2. Now is dealer in East 3. How long are we going to be in East 3? Maybe not that
We'll
long. We could have a
see.
pair of Easts
Yeah,
before.
Mia's gonna pair. I mean,
So
or yeah, well,
Konishi's
Mia's
hand's
got
also
it.
pretty decent.
Yeah,
But
Shun pair
dealer
for dealer
Tsukada
though.
does have that. Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a question of who gets the Yakuza first, or
Mhm.
who manages to get to just Ampai, and then maybe we don't use that as a pair. There are lots of other ways we can build this.
Oh my god, even Ogasahara's hand is so quick here. Ogasahara might
Mm.
actually beat out the Yakuhai pairs. They look to be fishing these a little bit more.
Like Konishi has a very interesting
Oh wow,
upside,
Ishanten for Ogasahara.
but we'll see. We'll see if she ends up going for it because she still needs 2 perfect draws to get it. So
Ranshan, are we gonna? Okay, we
yeah, I
like
mean
the
draw
tunes.
2 Red Dragon. Why not?
I mean, you could have dropped the tunes there, fish for like a tiny
Mm.
route, guaranteed pinfu. A little bit slower, but I think on average it's a little bit more value, although not as flexible because you can't snap call the tune.
Yeah.
Ishanten.
Konishi trying to build the Itsu there, but 1 to 9. Ogasahara switching over to Tanyao, pairing up the, I believe it's the 7 instead, so she can now discard the 9s.
I think that still would be Ishanten right now. All these
Yeah.
players, I think, are Ishanten at
Mhm.
worst. Actually,
Yes.
no. I think Mia was the furthest, and then she's still Ryanshanten, but
Yeah, she's
strong
still 2 away.
Ryanshanten.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this is going to be an explosive hand. This is like nobody doing anything, and all of a sudden we might see 3 back-to-back Riichi challenges, especially if everyone hits their value outs.
Well, that's kind of awkward, but
Oh,
let's go for the flush. So a bit of a slower route for Mia, but
the
has a 2
value to
extra
back it
hand
up.
if she does manage to win it. The reach is going to come out though. 5-8 for Pinfo. And that's what I mean when we've got a wind pair or a Yakuhai as our pair. It's not Pinfu, it's worth 0 hand, but it almost feels like it should be.
Info. That's a new one. I don't know if I've heard you use that one. I kind of like that. Although
And
I'd
it's
probably
a
go
Chiral
pin
original,
fraud.
but feel free to spread it around. It's a fake, but it's also like
2-3.
almost Pinfu. Yeah, still 1 away, but actually it's
Yeah, we
still
might
2
see
away.
a good
We got way too many
challenge.
sequences.
Who's that? I think Konishi with a decent challenge. Another 7 pin out. There's a 6-7. We're getting towards 1 chance, but all of a sudden Konishi has the challenge and down. We are gonna take it for Reach Pin Fudora.
Oh,
Looking
interesting
for
5
1
card
4
draw.
pin.
It's not like perfect, but
Still
yeah, it's
Ishanten
okay.
too.
So I think 5-8 is currently 4 tiles. I think there's 1 5 3 8s. I haven't looked at 1 4 pin just yet.
Oh, speaking of challenges, 3-6 pin. The question is, do we Dama to end it? And
All in. Let's
Ogasahara
go. A
said,
3-way
nope.
reach.
Evie, we got to play it. Doesn't matter if we're in first. That is actually a really interesting EV play if Ogasahara decides to Dama just for the win rate. Her team's in first, just try and kick everybody else off. Oh, and Tsukada wins it for
To reach
Reach
Dora
Sumo.
2. The error flip, very important. So this is the
Yeah,
power,
dealer
isn't it?
Mongon.
You might be like, oh, it's just reach only, but it's reach only on a good weight, and we get 2 other reach 6, and we get to flip the Dora and the error Dora. It's actually a surprisingly
So yeah,
powerful win.
Reach Dora as dealer all of a sudden upgraded from what is that? 3K or 4K to 12K, just like that.
Yes, exactly.
Hit that ×3 button. Just +2. Easy, just +2.
Yeah. This is looking very much like the game I was casting yesterday, I'm not gonna
Ooh.
lie.
Well, this hand, I struggle to see how
Hmm,
Tsukada is gonna have the slowest at the table,
it's gonna be
although
tricky.
Konishi's hand, not the best. Kind of slow as well.
No.
Oh,
This
there
is
it is.
it's
Mia's
okay.
looking kind of quick.
Once you clear away the nonsense, yeah. And I don't mind
Yeah.
Ogasahara's hand either. Okay, 5
Ogasahara
plus
has
7
like
kind of
good
works.
blocks, but not enough. Ogasahara is a
Yeah.
little bit behind. Oh, and we have Hatsu pair. Okay, so now we're building. Really
Hmm.
interesting to throw the 1 mon there. We had 1 mon, 5 mon, 8 mon. Normally I'd throw 8 mon. The other advantage with playing the 1 mon here is if you draw door 3, you get the Ryokan that always plays it.
Yes.
Um, which I would think that's what I would drop there, especially with that early 1, 2, 3. But I guess efficiency wise, if you get the Dora, you played around the 5 anyway. And you want to maybe look like you're going away from Monzu, look like you're doing something else with that 1 mon. Maybe a trap for later.
Another dragon
Oh,
pair.
okay. 2 dragon pairs.
4
Still
pairs in
missing some
general.
shapes too. Yeah.
Not that we want to go 7 pairs with 2 dragon pairs. Ideally, you want to call them out, but 7 pairs is theoretically possible now if we draw 2 more.
I mean, these players like to make tiles sticky in their hands. Like if they sense some danger, especially on like honors or something, a lot of the times they're not afraid to not drop it. They'll brick their
Hmm.
hands to avoid dealing it. So the 7 pairs might be kind of a valid strategy. There's a tune out.
Well,
Oh, and we will
we
see
did
the
just
sample
discard
though.
the
5
1 pin
on.
pair. We drew the 2 to fill in that 1, 2, 3 shape. The 1 excess one just went straight out. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon is still 2 hand. Nice upgrade for Tsukada,
So
but not quite there yet.
yeah, working on it, but needs a bit more. Yeah, kind of the same for Mia. Just some ugliness in the shape. Needs some more fundamental blocks. Great draw for Konishi here, though.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, for Ogasahara.
Okay, another good fill for our dealer, but it might
Good
be just too little
Tsukada.
too late. We'll see.
I mean, I think it all kind of relies on what Konishi draws. We're looking for the Hatsu. We're going to snap call it. And I'd imagine we'll wait on the Haku. We might decide to take the Ryumen, but we lose so much value on not taking the
Mm.
Shosungen, Daisungen angle. Really
Yeah,
Shosungen, because I can't imagine you deny Tenpai here.
as fun as Little Three Dragons is, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Oh, and
Obviously,
speaking of,
we
she happens.
one away now for Mia. Oh,
Oh,
that
and a
White
Haku
Dragon's
there.
never coming out there.
Yeah, it seems
I mean, it's probably
far-fetched. I
gonna
mean,
call,
technically,
but
if we call, we might still get it out. If they're folding, then Haku might be
I can
a
see that. I can see that.
tempting route, but it's looking rough. Ooh, Ishanten
Okay.
here. Could go. There's already a 4 so I don't hate 5 so, but we'll play the
Mm.
Yanman. We'll play full efficiency. Try and get a
Makes a lot of sense
Riichi
to me.
instead.
Mm.
Yeah. They do say that's the way to do it. Like, when in doubt, Riichi out.
Dora drawn.
I'm. eh,
We were talking about what would happen if it earlier came near the end. There was a plan, of course, but now kind of not much place
mhm.
left. Ooh, then this is where things could get very interesting.
Surely you have to drop it.
Nope.
No, scared on the Hatsu. Okay.
I
Yeah,
like how
some
they. I
warning
like how she get the
signs.
4-5-6 Sanchoku chance though. Choosing the
Mhm.
4-6 instead of the 6 no, 8 for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Never passing out the actual value. I guess if Tempai is drawn, maybe then we'll cut the green dragon, maybe. And that's it. Yes, Tempai. So not quite the Sanchoku yet, but definitely room for it. We Tempai for 2 players
Yep.
now, and you choose,
And we
as
are
you
going
say,
to be on the
choosing to wait on
Shosengen.
the white dragon. Tempai for 3
Oh,
players now.
speaking of Tenpai, 4-7
Everyone
Mon.
is going cheap, but everyone can win.
So,
So
God,
now the
what do you
question
even
is,
do
what's
here?
safer
This
and do
could
we
be
want to go?
Haku right here.
I could see
Statistically,
it.
with 2. And the Sozu looks a little rough. We'll try 6 Mon though.
Hmm.
Not quite going to deal in. I think we're on 5-2, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Either 5-2 or
Hang on.
4-7. It's not 3-6. Oh, yeah, but it was
Either way,
4-7.
the
Okay.
all inside and the all inside door is
Nathanael
1.
Dorwin.
Nothing wrong with that. We will
Keep his
be
hand,
leaving these
Mia.
3
Mm-hmm.
relatively cheap, but Mia is the one in second place, and it's going to help secure that second, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. But more importantly,
Yeah, I
Tsukada's
mean,
leadership's over.
Tsukada's over. Yeah, you're limiting the points. TF channels catching up. Ampai is falling a little bit right now with where you're at. So for Mia, definitely worth it taking there. If she can just keep herself in second, get a couple points here, that is more than enough, especially if they can figure out how to drop Ogasahara down to 4th. I think
Yes.
every team is kind of has that group goal of you know what? That's number one what I want to happen on this table.
Wow, Mia. What's that? What's that, Mia? That one away from Itsu already in your opening draw.
What?
Wow, everyone's got a pretty good fast start here.
What's it? Yeah, yeah. This is the double Yakuhai, right? Yeah, Chun North for Tsukada.
Okay,
Couple
2 away, 2 away.
pairs. Two away.
That one
Yeah.
went away.
Well, one away
With
now.
that one, one's one bit of draw.
You're ahead of yourself a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I just
looked
saw the
too far
future.
into the wall.
That power of seeing the
God.
future. I wish it worked when I was playing myself, but no. Only when I'm a commentator.
No, it's only from up on the steel beam when you're looking down. You get the better view. You can't get it when you're on ground level.
Exactly,
This is kind of playing out like last hand, where it's everybody has these like really strong hands, and it feels like it's gonna get to a point where everyone is just snapping, and just everybody reaches these like really good value routes back to back to back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those interesting situations where usually when you've got a tile next to a triplet, you want to discard it, but because we have that triplet could potentially be our pair, keeping the 7999 means it's actually a 7-8 weight, which is better than it normally is, because normally you just want to try and get rid of that, because a completed set is still a completed set, right? But this one, it's actually one of the rare few times it's actually a bit more flexible.
Yeah.
We'll see if she draws in the 7 or 8, or if she would have drawn the 2 or 3 to finish that one instead.
You can't cry over spilt milk. You can't do it. You gotta just pick a point and you gotta stick with it. You gotta go, you know what? 50-50.
One away though for Tsukada now.
Oh my god, a lot of good shapes there. Surely fishing for a Tanyao for dealer Konishi. Oh, 4-pin, huh? That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Because it just splits into 5-5-7 with Anko 4. Not exactly what you're expecting, but I mean, the upgrade.
Drawn the 2, drawn the 3. We really want to see the 4, but not quite. Actually, see where most of the 4s are. They're being held in Mia's hand, of course. One here as well. In fact, this is not Ampai because it's
Ishanten. Guaranteed Pinfu. We
I
have the
kind of like
Aemon
that play.
kept. I mean, 6-9 is really hard to get right now, and there's a lot of upper Manzu. So clearly thinking, you know what, maybe there's an 8 in the wall. Somebody doesn't have it paired up, and if not, then I'll reach on it. It should be safe-ish.
It's a nice stream to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last Green Dragon
we do
has
see
been played.
Ampai. North 8. Or North Chun, excuse me. I think that is just Yakuhai Nomi for Tsukada.
Yeah.
But in the lead and you know, making sure people stay down, that's good for the end goal. That'll do you.
Yeah, absolutely. May not be a plus 70 win, but it's still a plus 50 points. It's still going to be very huge. That's actually plus 60 at this point. And as you're saying, you called
Matters
it.
a lot.
Draw the door.
Oh, look at that.
There is no way Konishi's not going to push this, though.
Ooh, this is some weird defense.
Yeah, I could see.
Maybe Haku. No, we'll try the 7. CG7.
Speaking of defense, North absolutely makes sense here.
Yeah, Tsukada backing away. That's huge.
Dealer Konishi here is just all in, right? She has to be. She's got Dora 2. She's got all inside. She can theoretically cool tempo. She's still one away.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But when you've got Dora 2, as I say, it means that other players don't have that, probably.
Yeah. And I mean, it just depends what your last check is, too, because you might be able to do something creative just to play for K10, which just like another round's kind of what you're expecting. Ooh, I was going to say, we have a weird little cheat toy out there, but
one Jenn Shantan at this point. One away from a Yakuman.
No, it's 2 Jenn Shantan, right?
No, it's one away. She's got.
Oh, you're right. 7 pip was cut. Yeah. Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, so I got to step out with this.
4-7
Dora 2, reach pin for Tanyao.
Although 4-7 pin, all 4 pins are out. I think 2 7 pins, or at least 1 7 pin is out. 2 in that hand. Yeah, it's looking bad. I think it's actually dead.
The Yakuman's going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, but still. Maybe that's
6 pin. Hold on.
Either way, though, a dealer reach should hopefully drive the other 2 players away. Although, as I say, Ogasahara being one away from
it. Yakuman to buy it. One Jenn Shantan's got a lot of stake in it.
It sure does. But it doesn't matter.
What the sumo?
Not the right side.
Sumo.
Didn't get the Itsu, just got the Pinfu, but nothing wrong with getting the win at least. Mia's going to be very happy.
Shut down the dealership. Make sure force stays down. Not terrible, all things considered.
Yeah, anything that gets her closer to Team Ampai is going to be very, very good. Shout outs to the original JP commentators as well. I'm waving.
They look like they're having a blast in there. They look like they're having a fun time.
We're having a fun time, right? Oh,
I'm having a good time.
Okay, it's not as many as
Nines?
I think it is.
Okay.
No,
not even
5,
close.
6, 7.
It's like
Just
7.
7.
Yeah, it's nothing. Just kind of a rough hand. This is a junk hand. I have a feeling Mia is not going to be keeping dealerships.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you never know.
No, nobody else's
Maybe
hands are
Chitoi, maybe
that
something
quick.
else, you know?
Okay, maybe a little small one. I mean, Konishi's hand is Konishi's behind, so she might play her hand a little bit slower and opt for value.
Yeah,
It's very
Adora
plausible.
Ace the play of bamboo. I don't think we see any of them around right now, which is quite interesting. Actually, you know what? Mia's had some really good draws. I know that the worse your hand is, the easier it is to get good draws, but
yeah,
Mia has been catching up.
None of the other players have gotten too much too. Everybody's like drawing shape improvements, but not really filling shapes.
Yes.
Like even there,
has 4 pairs. It's like maybe it's Chitoi, but realistically, you just want to build anything else. Well, that's actually a really, really important fill in though. 789 is one of the weakest shapes in there. So have that sorted. It's just very nice.
Yeah, I can get to a Nathanael if you draw like another 6-pin or something weird. A lot of good options.
5-pin doesn't do it. Okay.
Kind of the slowest hand we've seen so far, although the problem is your efficient cut is 5-so, and we kind of don't want to do that. Ooh, 4-pin though. I really like that because then you get to drop 9-pin for Nathanael. You have a couple Sozu draws and some weird stuff you can get.
You know what? I think that's going for the solid center. It's absolutely fine here. Yeah, exactly. Because the hand's not good enough to really go for anything special.
Yeah, with the 4-pin, that's what you'd be doing because you lose an entire shape doing that. Like you need to find the pair. So you have the 6-9 Nobeton, but not being able to fill the 5
pair number 5 for Ogasahara.
Okay.
Well, probably not the one we wanted.
Tsukada trying to steal this one out. Six-pin not going to do it. Yeah, I think it looks like Ogasahara is just kind of committed to the Chitoi.
Yeah.
From what I'm reading.
Her discards read Chitoi as well, which is a bit of a problem. One thing I've noticed is that trying to get Chitoi against people at this level is very hard. Because you look at like the 8-7-5-5 and all 3 suits, you're like, okay, they're doing something interesting.
Yeah, they're like, something is amiss.
Yeah.
That is not how your opponent is supposed to look.
Exactly.
When you Tadashi 2 times after throwing all that, that is not a hand where you should be Tadashing. That is something's weird.
Yeah.
Although it has a lot of kind of buffers around the 1-pin, so may even be able to just Riichi and then push everybody away.
I could definitely see that, yeah.
Get 3K for it, something.
You're making a problem. Hopefully, people will then slow down and have to try and fix your problem. That's the end of the day. That's all you can do sometimes when your hand's just that kind of mid. Oh, Dora 2 though.
Oh, you got to play 9-pin. And then snap call 4-so, but
yes.
Really interesting. Would you chi the Ryoncon there, do you think? With reliance on the 4-so? For I believe
Konishi's hand, right?
Yeah.
It's tougher.
With Dora 2 and you're behind.
Like I could definitely understand the desperation move, but I don't.
Well, it's getting late in the round too.
Yeah, you are running out of time.
Almost do it. Maybe hope someone throws a 1-so and they deal in like Haite or a Hote for some reason.
Hote can happen, exactly, and just being Tenpai is worth it. Honestly, at this point, if you're running out of time as well.
Yeah. Oh, these players, I think you have to have a really good excuse to go Hote. Oh, Toy Warrior. We're so back. Chun West 1-so. We're going for it. And speaking of 1-so, it'll come out right here and that'll get snap palmed.
Yeah, absolutely. So that 1-4-so wait is going to feel really bad. having the
Shooting
1
for
and the 4 forms.
5,200. Well, it's 5,200 versus 2,600. So there's a big difference based on Western shooting getting dropped here. And I think both are 4 in the wall. Yeah, both still have all 4 in the wall, which is kind of insane this far out, if we're being quite honest.
That is always the trick with.
Oh my god, how are there 4? How are there 2 West and 2 Chun in the wall? It's actually ridiculous.
It's such a rarity.
Surely I'm missing some, right?
No, I don't think so. I think you're absolutely right.
I don't. That's crazy. This is one of those times I look back at the VOD and I'm like, man, what are we doing here? Like, why is the wall trolling me like this? What are we like? No one even has it in their hands.
No.
Like, I'm sure the players are scared off at this point for the most part. I don't think I'd
There's
see a
one of the
drop.
West.
Like,
Finally saw it, and it comes out.
Oh no, but it's cheap. 2,600.
It's cheap, but it's still going to be a win for Ogasahara.
Yeah, kicks me off dealership, makes the push for second much more aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very good for Ogasahara for setting the tone. Because Ogasahara, like, Team Ampai can also afford to take some points hit here. You just want to minimize it. So especially if you can make it like really close and especially limit Mia from getting more points, that's super duper valuable for you.
It's going to be so hard for Konishi to be able to get out of last place at this point onwards. So at the very least, you'll probably guarantee top 3 with a very real chance of getting second at least. But yeah. Just making sure fourth stays in fourth is sometimes a nice goal. Feel a bit bad, but you never know. Southwall can always be a very interesting time where maybe dreams get made. Perhaps nightmares get played out. We'll see.
Get realized.
Yeah, exactly. Very interesting start place for our dealer and for Mia as well.
Ogasahara looks fast. Everyone, this is it's an explosive hand. I feel like everybody is either like kind of far and struggling to get it, or everyone's like, bam, everyone's Ishan 10. It's gonna hit like turn 8, and then everybody's gonna start throwing out Riichis back to back to back.
Exactly, yeah. Ogasahara
It's been
did
the theme of today.
Away.
Yeah. And like good Yanshan, good Ishan 10, 1 away.
1 away for
Mia's got it too.
Well. Although they will say it's 2 Kanchans, which is going to be harder to build.
But hey, you hit 1, you Riichi 1, doesn't matter.
True.
It's scary.
I mean, yeah,
people gotta respect
Riichi,
it.
exactly.
What's out? Yeah, and we'll keep the safe tile. Mia wants to be able to do pots or dodgy pots and also chase.
And you need to turn on the Kanchan into a Ryaman by just drawing the right tile if you're lucky. This is
Tempai.
Oh, it is Tempai, yes.
And we're gonna take the Kanshan, keeping the Dora.
Yeah, makes sense.
Reach Dora, yeah. Dropping the 6, you could do it and try and like trap on E-Pot's 8 and like maybe get Aura, but this is more guaranteed most of the time.
Yeah.
And you don't want to show people that you're not playing Dora because that makes you cheaper. People are more likely to push into you. If you had better weight, then that's not necessarily bad. But when your weight's like a bad Kanchan, you definitely don't want to give them more breathing room.
The story of you play Dora, then everyone else plays Dora, and now everyone knows there's no Dora on the table. So suddenly someone has value from Miyaku and reaches. Yes, that's the scary Spo part.
Oh, didn't think that would go that way.
Yeah, it's happened though. Plenty of times.
It's the name of the game. Ooh, we're going toward inside. Tanya now. Yeah,
makes sense. It's a safer route for now, at least.
Gives you some flexibility on calls and still having a Yaku and being able to take the stick.
Somewhat paid off with the next draw being the 2 bamboo, of course. That does help.
Yeah, and Tsukada's out. Tsukada doesn't want any piece of this.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of very, very disciplined defensive play. I always paying attention. Like, is this person willing to push? Are they willing to be a little bit aggressive? Konishi has been willing to be aggressive, and it's not paid off at all, unfortunately. But
I mean, just challenging and trying to do something, and then you have Tsukada, where very disciplined, like. Realizes she's in first. This is a good score line. Like, don't get crazy. Don't do anything you don't have to. Just, play your game. Back away. It's okay. You're in first. Nothing. Don't do anything disastrous to risk this.
Yeah, it's a lot easier when you get that one massive win, and now you're in first.
Yeah, when you're up. But even like, I think there's some Mawashi things that Tsukada could be doing. Some like smaller checks. Maybe like this hand could have some value, but she's just full discipline. Nope, not worth it. Not going to deal in. I'm going to keep what I'm doing.
Yeah, it makes sense. So I think there's only 2 of the 7 mouth characters out there.
Is there only
So, yeah,
two?
I think there's only two.
I thought there's at least three.
I believe one's being held by Tsukada, one's being held by one's being held by Mia, one's
By
being held
me.
by Ogasahara, I think.
Y-
But
no,
otherwise,
I
the
think
remaining
it's
two are in the
Mia
wall.
Tsukada
Okay.
or Mia Ogasahara. And speaking of Charlotte Recon here. No, really? Wow, I can't believe we didn't close con there fishing for the Rinshan. I would have done that
There's one of the two
100% of the
remaining,
time.
and the Reach comes out. So waiting on the
Riichi.
8 of characters for Reach. Well, Reach Draw 1. Reach Draw 1. Reach Draw 1.
Yeah,
Let's
restore
let's
one.
Rally.
Wow, that is interesting. I would have for sure con there. Dealer Ishanten.
Mm. The
We
two,
get on
the two,
1-4.
the two is guaranteed safe at least, but yeah, no, that's fair.
You missed the Tanya, but you get the guaranteed Riichi. I mean, you have the scariness to back it up.
That's true.
Which I guess Ogasahara is Team Ampai is in first. So you also don't
Yeah.
necessarily have that incentive to play this big value for the game. Again, you can take a small third.
Yeah, the
That's
only duration
affordable.
is that Mia deals into Konishi, and then
Yeah.
you're in second, right? That it's a bit of a gamble because obviously Mia wins, they pull further away, but
Hmm.
it's always interesting to see that sort of play. So 3 players Tenpai, Ogasahara, the one person who is still. Oh wait, no, she actually gets Tenpai. It was Tsukada who
Yeah,
was
Tsukada was folding. Ogasahara was able to find it right at the end.
very, very valuable.
Hmm.
I did say that maybe no one could assail this lead, but now everyone's 4,000 points closer, so you never know. Maybe it begins
No.
with a Tenpai payment, and then we add up, build up from there. Either way, South 2, repeat 1. Important hand, 2,300 points if the wins this one in the pot. With the scores as close as they are between second and third. That pot alone, it could be huge. This is a really, really good start, actually. To have that sort of 3-pair situation, which is going to be a bit awkward to try and triple up at least one of those, but at least you turn the 2-2-4-4 into 2-2-3-3-4-4 for the Pure sequence. Speaking of really nice starts, it's not quite sorted yet, but Konishi's hand is also very, very nice. This is also a bit of a pairs round, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with that 2 of Bamboo in Tsukada's hand. If she pairs it up, that would be a 4th pair and Dora 2. We'll have to see, But I think 2 away for Konishi with the chance to pawn the West if it comes, and that's exactly what we're going to see. Choosing instead to just go for the outside hand as well. Get that 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And yeah, here's that extra pair for Ogasahara.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping it wasn't going to be 7 pairs, but that's how it's ended up being. Sometimes that's just how it be.
I think that's Ishanten 2 for Mia there with the Anko of Hatsu, which could be a very valuable hand. You get a +1 to that, it's automatically 5,200.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or I
One
guess
away
not
with a chance
technically
to build a sequence.
automatically. Or yeah, with Dora too. So this is
And the door, exactly.
Oh, but Chitoi Senpai Reach.
Would you
I
want to
did
believe it
not
was the
see what the
south?
fairway
I think it was
was.
south.
Maybe.
I mean, that's my brain is just doing recency bias, and I saw the south there. Hang on, let's check
That is
again.
true. Yeah. Well, somebody's got to draw the E-Pod tile, right? Like,
Yeah, that's the
speaking of
wrong
which,
tile.
we'll do
Makes it
6-0
nice and wide.
efficient. No, 3-pin.
It's 3-pin. Okay.
Oh, we are stacking pins on the board. We're making that a pretty cheap suit right now. You can
It's
get like
also
1-2
Suchi.
pin. Oh, but Tenpai on 1-4
Hmm.
The
So yeah,
challenge
rule out
is
the
here.
4-5 shape by discarding the 6.
It's explosive right now. South. No sumo, not on the south.
Yeah.
Which Tsukada wasn't throwing it anyway, so objectively smart play. Throw 1 line.
Okay. So 1-4. Didn't get the outside
Yeah.
hand. And yeah, let's draw the 9, of course, but there's only 1 left. That's
1 pin. Okay. The question is, Tsukada, what do we want to do? We have dealer Riichi, and we're gonna hold solid. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in first place. There's a
Again,
3-pin that
very
will deal in.
disciplined.
The 7
It's
pairs wins.
Chitoi.
We did not flip error, but it's still 7
Or
pairs.
is that
With reach.
48?
I think, yeah, just 2 hand.
325? Yeah,
25,
48
but
plus
no.
on both,
Yeah.
51. I'm so
But
bad at my
still.
Chitoy tables because I've not gone for Chitoy in so long. It just hasn't
I
filled
think the
for
trick
me, so
is
I'm
to
like,
do 50 and
ah,
then
we'll throw it.
I think you go one less hand, then look at 50, right? That's the shortcut. But have you memorized your 50 foo?
No. That's the other way. You memorize the Chitoys, and if you get the 50, it's plus 125.
Okay.
That's the way you go about it. That's how you know your 50s, which is evil because you have to know your 25s. But so that's probably how I should have thought about it. If you would have said what's 250, I would have been like, oh, it's this. It's 48, easy. Oh, damn, good hand for Mia. That's
Yeah,
nice.
absolutely.
Everyone's
Good
got
hand for
these good
Ogasahara.
shapes.
Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm talking about the correct
Yeah,
one.
Ogasahara. I mean, Ogasahara's got a pair of the Souths too. That's also nice, and we might
Mm.
see those start coming out from Konishi. Although she's looking to do a Honitsu in the Dora suit, so
Actually,
potentially
I mean, Konishi could
could be
be
weird.
like just going for the big one, right? Just saying. It's
Well, that is
unlikely,
true. Yeah, we have a lot of
but
value
she's
routes. We're keeping the South for a little bit,
yeah.
probably the way it looks.
It's not very likely, but at the same time, I feel like when you've got a gap of 20 something thousand points, 25,000 points, maybe you go for a Yakumo. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I've been playing too much Sama recently. Maybe. But either way, looks like it's not quite going that way, and we are going to see. Well, for now, we're still going to play 6. At least maybe bluff. We're going for the big 13 orphans hand. Or is going to happen though. Nice draw here for Tsukada. Just trying to speed this hand along. Absolutely probably willing to call the White Dragon just to move the game to South 3.
So another pair. We could get a little crazy. We'll throw the Amon first. So we're definitely thinking about that Chito door too. I mean, good value hand, but kind of slow from the dealer position. Or no,
Yeah, I
that's
can see that.
so not door two. But we're fishing that. We have the Pico. We have a lot of options. Ooh, the
Yeah, the play
Konishi
with the draw right now is
taking that for all of
Tsukada.
us.
Oh, actually, no. Tsukada and Mia. My apologies.
Ooh, Ishanten too.
Yeah.
Although the Reach Pinfu would be dropping the Dora 3, so
I think that's
which
still
is
fine. It's still
not.
reach Vividora 1.
Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's also kind of scary. It's getting late in the round. We have an open up
True.
from Konishi, who's playing value and not dropping Sozu.
Mm.
Like 4 so maybe, but if you do it on 3 so, that's like Mangan guaranteed. Or I guess it's Hanemon routes. Which speaking of, now we have to think, what do we do here as dealer Ogasahara? And we're gonna take the Chitoy route,
Chitodora
full
2.
send.
It's definitely very valuable if we manage to win it with. So I respect the attempt.
Yeah, 3 so is gonna be a hard tile too.
I would. No. Wrong. Okay. Dora sequence is now available potentially, but we've already discarded the 4 of bamboo, so hard thing to justify. May have been able to justify cutting the 2/4 pin first, just in case we did draw something like a pure sequence. But yeah, now we've committed. There's not really any good answer. I respect Konishi trying to make this hand work. She hasn't
We're
quite
gonna
managed
take
it.
the risk.
And yet, Mia,
We
with
should
that,
do.
reach 51.
Yeah, on 2/5 pin, not the best weight.
Hmm.
You know, 1-2-5 already visible on the board, but we know it's not getting played by the scary hand Konishi, and it's gonna make Ogasahara think slow down, maybe fold out, which is pretty good for Mia. And Tsukada, we already know, is gonna opt towards safety if at all possible.
Oh, this is going to be
Oh,
Senpai
but Tenpai
for
gone.
Konishi.
You gotta check
So
the scary
the
south,
2/5 way is
right?
actually still 5 tiles. We see the 2 on the board and 1 in a hand. Otherwise, 5 tiles are still out there. So we could just see a nice sumo. There's no way for her to know that, of course. You'd assume it's be like 2 or 3 at this point, but
Oh
she's been
yeah,
lucky this time
especially with
around.
such a strong CG.
Yeah.
Although I guess with someone just dropping every Pinzu, the fact that you only see 1-2-5 means there might be a little bit more likely for stuff to be in the
Hmm.
wall.
I can see that. There's one of them.
Oh, went out. A lot of the ones left are 5s too. Those are the really scary ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And now decision time. Although the Hakus aren't exactly safe here either. Drop
So we're
9
going to
mon.
see a full fold from Tsukada. Makes sense. She is the one in the lead. As long as she gets out of this safe, she's still going to probably be first one in this hand.
Yeah, it's really nice for Tsukada too if you can make Mia and Ogasahara like really close to each other and score, because then they're gonna fight and kind of keep each other down just by prioritizing speed to get the 1K over. Oh, but
Exactly.
Konishi with the sumo.
So the half flush. Did
Not
we have a
Mangan.
Yakuhai?
Honitsu Yakuhai, yeah,
Yeah, just free hand.
Honitsu
Yeah.
Sha. It is gonna be 50 fu though.
Yes.
So 26 13, which will become 15-28. Decent bit for Konishi, not exactly the Mangan or, in a perfect world, Hanemon that we were hoping for, but good
Well, as you're
value.
saying,
Shuts down Ogasahara, Mia, gives you a
the
better
perfect
chase.
ending for Tsukada, right?
Oh, yeah,
Ogasahara
basically.
loses
They're
a few more
within.
points than Mia, so their score gets a
Yeah.
little bit closer. Even Konishi's now in a position where she can maybe fight for second place.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get scrappy, I think, from here on in. Well, I'm going to cheer for Konishi. I'm going to cheer for her to get out of last place at least. She's still got a dealership left over.
Yep.
There's a chance. Good luck, Konishi.
Oh, Konishi's got a good
Ooh.
hands.
Yeah,
I didn't see
absolutely.
any Dora, but definitely like a reach Pinfu Tanyao area. You get Ipeko, you hit any +1, besides just sumo, and you can get a Mangan out of that. It's big work.
4 pairs for Tsukada now. Obviously had the Yakuhai for, I believe it was Mia.
Yes.
So
He's
yeah,
got the Shin
potentially very
Yakuhai.
fast. The Dora was just drawn
Although
by
she wants a
Ogasahara.
little bit more value. I think Mia wants to pass with this turn. That'd be best case.
Yeah.
If you leave it up to all last, it gets kind of tricky because Ogasahara gets to kind of like full front race as well.
Yes, exactly.
Gets to just hold W, pray.
So we're hard committing to 7 pairs by cutting the 9 of darts there. Maybe hoping that we're going to get the 2-8 weight. I don't know. Very early 9 discard might mean the 8 looks safer. We'll see. We'll see. No,
In
actually,
a
just
little bit, but I feel like in any insides is like always you can't take it for granted. And these players are so experienced and so good that they kind of know that. Like there's
I
very
actually
few situations where you can justify it.
want to take what I just said back. The reason she got 9-8 wasn't because of the Chitoy. It was because she had the connection to Dora. The 2-pin. Right, of course. When you're just trying to scope any value you can, keeping the tile close to Dora instead of a bad shape. Did let her draw in that 3-pin, and now she's got Dora 1.
Still beyond shut for me, yeah, but
Hmm.
not too bad. You want to hear some evil knowledge that I learned the other day?
Absolutely.
I just want you to know this is gonna forever change your game. So no Dora near it, no nothing. If somebody reaches with a 3-pin, like in the first row, statistically, 2-pin is safer than a guest wind.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because it's like so go, right? If it's like
Yeah,
really,
but
really early.
first
Yeah.
row on the 3-pin, like not even like any others out. Safer than a guest win too.
So
That
it doesn't work with 3 so or 3.
supposedly it's all threes. Supposedly it's
Okay,
all
it's all
threes.
3s. Okay.
And then
Okay.
I would assume the 7s with the 8 too, but
That is
I
interesting.
at
So
least
yeah,
got told for the 3s. It feels weird, especially at guest
it
wins.
feels
Like,
weird. Yeah.
yeah.
But the only time it really deals in is if you've got like 3-3-4, and are you likely to have 3-3-4 early in the hand? You're not as likely. But as you say, safer than a guest wind is kind of crazy.
That's what I'm saying, right? It
Yeah.
just feels wrong. It feels gross. Like
Yeah.
I learned that and I was like, that surely can't be right. And then the chart got pulled out, and the guy I was talking to was like, nope, it's right. Look, and I was like, okay,
Hey,
gotta
sometimes it's
stay
always
up
fun
in
to hunt down
cold
these.
sweat with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is one away for 7
Ishanten.
pairs for Tsukada, but does she need to
Oh,
attack
one
this
pin looks
hand?
rough. Yeah, 9-pin looks rough. Orbmon looks. Wow, you might play 8 so. You don't even really have safe tiles. We'll try 9-pin. It'll stick.
We see 3 of the
I guess
7s, we see 2 of the 9s. So we
see some
see 3 of the
8s.
9s, 3 of the
Yeah.
7s. So it's like it's unlikely to be a pair away, it's unlikely to be a sequence. But one chance is not the kind of thing you want to be risking if you can avoid it.
Yeah. I mean, Tsukada's got at least some value to fight out too. And Konishi's in last, so it's not like you're giving somebody the even if you deal into Konishi, you're not getting passed for first this hand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, the 1-3 pin. Konishi is not in, or Tsukada is not in love with these tiles that she's being forced to push just by nothing else to do with it, right?
Yeah, I just to look out at Konishi's weights. She's only got 2 tiles left to win on. One of them is, of course, that ape so in Tsukada's hand, though. So it's going to be a tough ask.
It'll be
For
hard.
Tsukada, maybe she'll deal in if she gets Tenpai, but probably not any other reason. It has to be pretty exciting. This 5-5-8-7-8, the 5s will deal in as well. 5-8 is not good in Bamboo here.
Yeah.
Problem is when you're going for Tanyao, and you've got nothing but inside tiles. Nothing safe. The 5 does
gets
come out. It will
dangerous.
deal in.
For Riichi Uda 26.
Huge error in the situation.
It matters a lot. That brings Ogasahara down below Mia too. That is extremely massive for Mia. That's so big. Even for everybody on the table to kick it to third. If Konishi can get like one dealer hand past Ogasahara, this game is gonna flip on its head.
Yes. I do like to say
Manga and Sumo here would be insane. Yeah.
It wouldn't be enough to overtake. It would be a what? No, I'm wrong. I didn't count the minus 4,000 for everyone else. It would be enough to overtake. Get her to second place. But this isn't it. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No.
It's not even enough to go for that. Oh, it's so sad.
It's bad. You got to get rid of the junk and hope everybody else is slow. But Mia has other plans. Mia's looking to lock this up. Although, oh my God, Ogasahara, maybe even a Honitsu there. That is going to be something right there.
Two-way battle. Tsukada immediately cutting Dora just to make sure it's gone.
Yep. Limit the value on the board. If you want the pawn, you got to take it now.
So we are seeing it being kept by Ogasahara because honestly, when it's a once cut, you never know. You might be able to get to an early enough Tenpai and wait on it.
She's got a Yako high pair too, doesn't she? Or is she
Yeah,
just
exactly.
them? Yeah. There's another shoe. It comes out. Okay, yeah. So we're just fishing the Yako high pairs.
It's always the most tense when you have a sprint at the very end. Anyone could take. Well, okay. Could be very hard for Konishi, but theoretically, anyone can take second place here.
I mean, again, if nobody else like calls open, if Konishi the second, like after first row, if nobody else is like Ishan 10, she's still kind of in there. Her hand's starting to develop. I mean, your hand's so bad every tile you drop.
Exactly.
The problem is she keeps drawing not great tiles. She's still missing like one complete shape.
But still, if everyone else keeps stalling out.
I mean, we saw that earlier in the hands where everybody like kind of stalled out around Gyanshan 10. It took like a row and a half for people to find their improvements.
An interesting route for Tsukada may be the 4-5-6 mixtural sequence. I don't think I'm necessarily going to call it, but given that she's in first place, if she does draw in one or two of the 4-5-6s, calling in the third one is probably going to be a really good move. But we do have some dependencies here. And we do the 7. Okay. Oh, well, 5-6-7 is still doable, but it's less likely. You know, I had a dream. It's gone now. It's over. We can move on.
Yeah, we can go. Short-lived, but it existed, and that's important. It had a chance.
Honestly, when you only need to win, the open Sandshock that's a rare thing. You don't see it very often, but just calling one hand, but a one-hand Yaku that you can win, and then you can even try to bluff it as an all-inside, right?
Yeah, that's secure. Catch somebody off guard.
When
you get the Shabos too, and then you get to drop them for defense. So it's actually like while you're open, it's not as exposed as you would normally think. It's got a lot of benefits to it.
One away now for Ogasahara. She could be sneaking ahead.
Well, now the problem is with 2 Dora out, everybody kind of knows that it's a cheap board.
True. But does that matter?
Incentivizes raising. I mean, a little bit. Like, if somebody Riichi's now, it might get disrespected.
I guess that's true. But it's going to happen anyway, right? From at least... Maybe Mia might respect
No, I think Ogasahara would probably pull away.
Okay.
Just because the +6 isn't worth like a high value deal in. Mia might
That's
also
true.
like pull away just to secure the second, but now if it's cheap, Mia will probably still pull away, but
Speaking
if she
of Mia
happens, looks like
calling
Mia. Yep,
one away.
Ishanten 2 for Ogasahara. And another Ishanten found for Tsukada.
Still, could we talk about that Sancho could be
And a
building the
Tempai
567?
found.
We're going to see a reach from
Riichi.
Konishi. Konishi's the one person who's most likely to reach here. I could see Mia and Ogasahara just
Yes.
choosing the Dharma. Obviously, Mia's opened,
Mhm.
so she doesn't get a choice anymore. But everyone's still going to push into this, I think.
That's scary.
At least a little bit.
Yeah,
The
7
reach here is
so
waiting on the 7,
is kind
so
of rough.
yeah.
Ooh, 2-man pair. We have some interesting things. We have 3-4. We have 2-2. We have 2-man 2-man. We do decide 2-man 2-man.
Yeah.
Another 9-pin. This not quite Tempai.
No. Still one away. North for Tsukada. Tsukada's, I'm glad you had this. You winning this one isn't a big deal, especially if it's from one of the other two. Because you're the team in last
Yeah.
place, right? Like Konishi winning and getting dealer repeats is only good news.
Yeah.
For everyone else on this table. Well, at least anyone who's standing to gain points. Could be Tempai though for Mia.
He's gonna try it 2-5 so, and that should be much more likely than this 7 so that I believe is only one chance in the wall.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
On the
but
board, 2 in hands, yeah.
when you are last dealer, you have to try and do something to scare people off.
Ooh, that's the one tile, and Mia knows it. She's like, "Ooh, that is the one tile you really don't want to see." But we check it. A lot of 8s
Yeah.
out, 2 9s. Probably only deals in the like Riichi Pinfu Dora 1 at worst, which not great, but would hurt. Passes though. Tsukada surely trying to find a fold. Yeah, throws the 5-pin.
Nothing too crazy. Oh, that's actually not there.
Ooh, okay. We'll
Yeah,
throw a
no.
2-pin.
No. I got
That one,
excited for a
yeah, that
second.
one was weird.
Doesn't actually help you though. Unless you're willing to maybe Khan, but even that's not great.
Well,
Tsukada's already folded, so she's gonna
yeah, she's gonna break away.
Okay. Accidental Sushi
So
Trap
I'm
waiting
gonna
on
do
that 7.
it.
The 4 now passes.
9 so does not look great.
It
Only
was
2 8s on the board.
Was it played before? So it was one time before the reach, I think it looks like. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was before. I think.
Oh, I think.
She's really tanking. Of course, it's before. She would not take
Yeah.
that long if it wasn't before. But it's gonna play 2-pin. Has a chance to get back in that Senpai. Oh, never mind. This is last draw.
So
Right,
were
see
we
a
going
fold,
again with
so
Konishi getting a little bit of a lead on everyone else?
yeah, 1K all. Stick in the middle. Not great, but something.
That's the power of an early reach, especially as dealer. But more importantly, she's got an extra try, an extra shot. And that's even easier, right? You don't even need a man gun anymore. It's still not easy. And you probably do still want a man gun, because even if you do win, you're going to have to defend it. But good luck to Konishi. I hope I've not like cursed it with my comment or anything like that. But I always like seeing someone come back at the last minute. I hope we get to see that now. Ooh, pair of white dragon, pair of the green dragon. The rest of the hand's kind of a
Okay. But I mean, when you have
Anadora.
double Yako Eye pair,
Double Yakko pair. Oh,
yeah,
what is
and a floating
this?
door.
Okay, 4 pairs.
Okay. What was that? 4 pairs? Yeah.
4 pairs.
Decently quick hand, and then kind of nothing going for Tsukada, but Tsukada, the one player, not reliant on having anything, just the one player that can sit on the table and kind of do nothing and be passive, and it just works. Oh, and the 8 so Anko. Ooh,
Yeah,
really? I
absolutely.
would have thought we cut from the Manzu there. I would have thought
I
that was
could
like
see
9
that
mon.
definitely. Yeah.
Or even 6 mon, play the Sanchaku outside possibility, set up the Sotogawa for the 7 mon.
Yeah, like if you're doing the 7 pairs route as well, by having 3 of the
Yeah.
8s, it's going to be very hard for anyone to use the 9. I guess it's been discarded once already, but it being once cut doesn't really matter that much.
Not too bad. You set up the 6
pairs.
mon, so you have an early Suji trap on the 9 too. Although I guess you could be trying to disguise the Chitoi too that way.
I could see that.
Ishanten.
Either way, though, yeah, just one away for an all inside hand.
Oh, Russian Tanya. Okay, we want to get a little crazy with this. We don't want to take a bad Riichi. We want to go Tanya, open, safe, calculated, be able to fold if we need to.
Have the Khan potential, potentially. We'll see.
That's
We
a
are
weird
carrying
one.
4 of the 8s. I'm not sure if we want to do it, but it's an extra draw, potentially.
That is true.
Either way, yeah, we do see that both of the Yakai were called by Konishi.
Surely you can't take this.
Nah. I mean, maybe you take the Khan here just to see if you can draw something better. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say I might drop 8, so I might also just like drop something else and then keep Khan for like Pot's break or something weird.
Like, obviously, Tsukada would never take the Khan, but from second, when the scores are that close, maybe. Another
Yeah, you
pair.
need Haneman Sumo. No, not even Haneman Sumo does it. So I think
Yeah.
you're just out. Play safe. Make sure you don't give a billion points to the dealer, especially because dealers double Yakuai open, so you're expecting they're gonna win anyway. If you happen to cheese a win out, then it's good, but that's also almost disastrous for Mia. If she showed that 4-pin after that that would have been a huge problem.
Yeah.
That would have signaled some stuff to the other players, but luckily the tile fell face down instead of face up, so still a little bit hidden.
Speaking of, Tsukada is still approaching this hand, but it's just not quite there. Trying to sort of cement some of our weaker shapes. Maybe get rid of some of the weaker shapes and cement the stronger ones, but still. Meanwhile, Konishi does get a little side grade, turning a 3-5 into a 2-3.
3-round upgrade. Tsukada keeps drawing like these shape upgrades.
Yes.
Just keeps drawing around shapes that don't have a home, but without a place, without filling in the ones that really need it, you know? We do have Tempai from Mia on 7-mon.
Mia just got Tempai, and we do see the West get played by the dealer, so Dora has gone. Okay, I mean, yeah, just fold. Don't need to go for the
well, I mean, she time, potentially. Or did she fold? No, she didn't have
we cut a pair. We just cut a pair.
Oh, it was 5S pair, right?
Yeah.
What's that again? Oh, you're right.
Oh, that would have been Tempai, though.
Yeah, a lot of that looks pretty dangerous. A lot of that does not look
very
fun to
right.
play.
And the 7 does come in. Mia gets the second place. Congratulations, Mia.
Huge.
Very well done, second. Very tense final South 4. But I guess we should also give props to Tsukada for that amazing dealer rampage in East 3.
Dealer rampage and just very disciplined play too. Again, just fully willing to back away.
As I say rampage, I think it was just 2 hands, but they were 2 big hands. So when you can do that and then play defensive for the rest of the game and stop anyone else from winning, that's the hardest part. Claim that first and that plus 50 points for your team and yourself, of course. There's an individual final as well. So if you're one of the best players, get into that individual. Hopefully, we'll be seeing a member from TWC there soon. I'm going to cross my fingers. But what a game! That was really fun.
Quick, snappy, really explosive too. So many like really, really strong hands, just kind of trading blows back and back.
Yeah, we saw some very good folding from people. We saw some very good, like, sort of almost desperation Riichis. Obviously,
yeah, some good Mawashi plays and some really interesting move arounds when there's a problem with the hand. Very dynamic game. Like not the flashiest. I think the only like super big hand was that Mangan Sumo.
Yes,
by Tsukada, but a lot of like I think a really good like studying game, like a lot of really interesting scenarios and happenings there, and a lot of like kind of very edge case EV things.
I also just enjoyed the standoffs. I think we had 2 or 3 situations where 3 players were Tempai, and all of them were in it. I think there was one point we had 3 Riichis, there was one point we had 3 Damas. So yeah, everyone just managing to squeeze out every little bit of value they can, trying to stay in the game. It's been really fun to watch. It's been really fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have 2 more games for you. And before we get to that, maybe we should do a little reminder about some things we'll be doing later on today. Like maybe we'll be doing a giveaway.
Hot word on the street. I hear there's a giveaway.
Are you a fan of towels? But specifically towels with Mahjong players? And
well, the towels with the Mahjong players. and it's signed. Those are all of my favorite things. Well, I mean, unless of course they also put a giant, scaled Riichi stick on it. That's my other favorite thing.
Yeah. Definitely, if you're going to Tokyo, goes with the giant Riichi stick.
So oh my god, they got that on a 2? It has everything. It's the best towel ever made. They're calling it, and they're right.
Absolutely, though. If you want to win all of these, we'll be having a little chat thing going on, so please stay tuned for the later on in the stream for that. But also, if you become a channel member by doing, I think it's pretty cheap. I don't know how this works. I don't do YouTube that much, but we'll be doing a draw at the end of the month. So anyone who is a channel member will have a chance to win. We have 2 draws.
Well, really today and then one more. Yeah, it's coming up. If you want that, I mean, hey, now's the time.
Yeah, I would. As I say, I would probably frame that on the wall if I had one. If I managed to win something like this, it looks really cool. So sick, I do love that design.
Oh, I'd be bringing that out. I'd be showing it around. I'd be like, "Sorry guys, my hands are a little sweaty. Give me a second. Pull it out."
Oh, really? I don't want to use it. I don't want to get dirty. No.
Hey, things are meant to get wear and tear. You gotta accept it.
The 2 sides
gives it a story. Scars tell stories. Remember that, Chiral.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. But yes, if you want to get involved, do jump in on that. We do have 2 more games for you as well. I guess we could maybe talk about someone who we'll be introducing later on today, who hopefully I think is doing commentary for game 2, and that would be Jenn. Who I believe is doing a podcast. We could possibly shout out.
Another hot word on the street. I do remember that Jenn is doing a podcast. I mean, probably honestly a couple, but we're going to be talking about the Sukeban International podcast. Do you have any more info on this? I'm seeing bilingual talk. What is that about, Chiral?
So they speak in both English and Japanese, and they keep switching between it just for fun, whatever they're feeling like at the time. If you're learning Japanese, or if you're just wanting to get a bit of both worlds, definitely tune in. We've got Jenn, of course, the wonderful Jenn, who is a member of this team and a member of our commentary team too. She is also joined by comedian and actress Sayaka Miyatani, who I'm sure is amazing and definitely worth tuning in for. Please do look at that. But yeah, the hosts will switch from Japanese and English on their own silly whims. So if you are trying to learn, maybe you can try and sort of sneak in, get some extra knowledge. But definitely go check that out. If you enjoy it, it's on, I believe, Mahjong Jenn on YouTube. And I believe also a lot of other podcast hosting services. I don't... Spotify, probably. There's probably a few others, right?
There's, I'm sure, multiple. Jenn is the content machine. She's like, we need to make sure it's on this. We need to make sure it's on Fluvi, Turbo. We need to make sure it's on Spotify. We need to make sure it's on everything. Like, if a podcast can be stuck somewhere, I'm sure Jenn has got it there.
I'm sure. She's at least
always on it.
It was one of those fakes. Did you try to sneak a fake one through me?
They might be real by this point. More pop up every day. So the answer is yes, but for how long? Who knows?
Amazing. And speaking of Jenn, I'd like to introduce for the next game Jenn and Nathanael.
Whoa, Jenn in an 8 game?
It's gonna be great.
Oh, hold on, we're sending out the signals. We need to beam them like we're aliens.
We're here.
Oh my god, I summoned them. That's crazy. Oh my god, I've done it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed us. I can't believe you missed us on the JPML channel last week, and Garth didn't show up.
That Harrison used his powers to summon me there somehow too. He didn't know it, but I got the beam in my brain. Like, all right.
I did randomly think, I'm like, damn, Nate needs to do some commentary right now. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, that's kind of a random thing to think about on a Tuesday. That must have been.
Oh. Wait, so am I summoning you as well? That's amazing.
You're summoning me away. Don't worry. You're doing the opposite. You're doing a banishing ritual. Banishing brainwave.
I'm not sure that.
It's time to seal you into the commentator jar.
Any other things I can yes and. Okay, thank you so much, Chiral and Harrison. Love listening to you guys.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the next game. It's gotta be a fun one, I could tell.
Yeah, that last one was quite exciting. Really a lot of tension there for second and third place. And we will have game number 2 for you. Jen, who have we got here?
Oops, my screen. Only 1 second. How did I go back? No, not that. In C1. Or not in C1. That would be poker. In the first dealers, we have Mika Yuzuki from JPML. In the south seat is representing FireBird. Sorry, that was for the TF channel. Representing FireBird in the south seat is Haruka Nishizono. The west seat representing Gatinha, and also the first time we've ever seen this player on the Sankei Shimbun Cup, because I did not have her photo yet, is Yumemi Matsui. And in the north seat, representing Ampai from JPML, also is Kozue Miyauchi.
Well, I definitely am excited to see if we've got a first timer, how she does representing Team Gatinha. And let's get into it. Gatinha with some work to do to catch up in this particular game, or series, I should say, but 5 games with which to do it. The other player's going to give any quarter, though. Not going to make it easy.
Yeah, we have some Kozue, Miyauchi. I think joined maybe 3 years before myself. Some veterans on the table. One veteran on the table. We'll see if school these younger women.
What double reach? What a start! For our dealer, just an instantaneous Riichi Dora 1 waiting on the penchant 7, so this is quite a way to start a matchup.
No, also something has happened with my the font. So I think you need to put in the.
I will go ahead and take care of that. I was just stun locked by that double reach to open the game.
Yeah, actually, it completely froze my screen for a second. It's mid reach stick placement. The screen was just frozen completely.
Oh, if you are.
So also, like, some of these teams have new logos that we don't have access to. So if they don't match on the team list, it's because they've redesigned or the designer at this has decided to use a different version, but we only have access to certain versions, so it's not incorrect. This is just what has gone. So Mika Yuzuki in the dealer's double reach. I mean, a dealer double reach. How do you get any luckier than that? I guess Tenho is how you get luckier than that, but
Has there been a 10-hole in Sankei Shimbun Cup? Have you heard news of something like that?
I have not. I've only seen Tenho once in my life, and that was Hisato Sasaki at a study session.
Study session. So how do you
like,
play,
there's a
Mr.
study session
Sasaki
that we had
Pro? What
every
is
week.
the best way to what the best thing to do in this hype? Well, you draw your tile and then you reveal your hand as you have won.
Yeah, exactly. We have to open our hands afterwards, and I was just watching, but everyone, all the other players opened back the show, and there was nothing to say. Yeah, perfect lesson. You pass. 100%. The thing is with the double reach, when you have a double reach from the dealer especially, it's not that easy to fold the hand in the first place, so the players just kind of went on with the hand, and that ends up to be a deal-in from uh, Nishizono, I think. Yes. So, but same with double reach. You don't have that much to talk about the hand.
Yeah, there's really
Like,
not a lot to
Ampai.
do. course.
So that means that Yuzuki will get another turn at dealer.
Can we see a second double reach? Not quite.
I hope that didn't happen in game 3 as well. Just checking real quick. It did happen with game 3 as well. No.
All right. Well, East 1, Repeat 1, 3 Pandora. It was also until last time around. Wrapping around back to the dealer. Let's take a look at that initial sub tiles. Pair of East, that's great. Could open up for a free 2 Han. Pretty decent hand for Nishizono as well. Matsui also looking really strong. All of the hands look good. I mean, we are 4 turns in, 4 discards in, but definitely one of the more speedy starts already. Wide shape for Nishizono. Curious about the dealer hand. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 pin. A little bit awkward, of course, when you want to use both copies of the Dora. We will have, as expected, the very quick Riichi. Nishizono with the, I believe it was 9 pin, 9 so Shampoo Riichi. Very tricky to dodge those. But with everyone being so fast, you could just see the players taking the challenge. North coming out from Matsui. So it will be at least a little bit of a dance. Not immediately taking the challenge. So that's another honor tile to get out. Miyauchi definitely, though, wants to be able to slab a chase here. In the north seat, this hand is looking really strong. 7 pin, Tsuji to the 4 pin, so it's good enough. The real test is going to come when we have to drop a Mon tile. Those 4 Mon, 5 Mon, neither is super clear. So can she play something like 2 pin? Just confirm the 1, 2, 3 shape. Will not chance that. It could still deal into a door shape, so not the safest option. Even though it is Tsuji to the 5 pin that has come out, 1, 3 pin would still deal in. Rather, it would deal into a 1, 3 pin shape, which would be an understandable Riichi +1 from Nishizono.
You're gonna see a lot more of those weights around the Dora with reaches as well, or you expect to, because people are holding on to the Dora. The poor shapes with the Dora longer than the other poor shapes.
Looks like Miyauchi does not want to fight super aggressively there. It's backed away on the 6-0 pair up. And so it looks like she will be folding away. Now the dealer is actually kind of working her way into a 7 pairs chance. I wasn't expecting Yuzuki to be able to compete in this hand, but she is Ishanten with Dora 2. That, as dealer, is definitely worth fighting for. 7 pairs with Dora 2 is 9,600 on her own. Now you get the Honba as well. Oop, 9, so that's one of the deal-in tiles. I think the upper Sozo has not cleared, so instead we're going to see the 2 pin come out.
Yuzuki's just not gonna get there in time, so on a way. Is it much easier to discard that 2 pin now? That has been discarded twice by Nishizono.
Yeah, and the 2 pin was a lot easier. We were talking about the 1 3 pin shape as a potential deal-in, but all 4 copies of the 1 pin had come out, so that shape was no longer an option, which means it only deals into some sort of Shampon or Tonki weight, which is much less realistic because that is not a Dora weight anymore. And so it will go to Ryukyoku. Nishizono finds the Tenpai payments. 1,000 from each player. We'll leave a stick in the middle of the table. We'll have 2 Honba as we enter east to...
Matsui and Nishizono are
Did I back?
yeah, and the English names. So it was Matsui who got the 3 Tenpai payments. And that might have been also wrong on the display.
Oh, I see.
I mean, on the player screen, perhaps that was opposite. I think that's what happened.
Ah. You're right. They are mixed up here. I'll go ahead and fix that.
Matsui is in the south seat and Nishi is in the west seat.
Yeah, I can read enough to tell that this is incorrect. So let me fix this.
Yeah, so on our player introduction screen, they were opposite. The teams were correct. We had the seats mixed up. Seems like I was a little bit probably preoccupied while I was making everything last night. We make these, we get the video, and then we generally stream it just hours later for the first stream, and that's when I make everything. So sometimes we get some typos.
All right. So with that all fixed, we've got Matsui in the south seat. Looks better. And with the dealership, not in the south seat, but the second dealer seat. Chun is the Dora. Nishizono with the pair. And that is a really spicy one. If you can get someone to discard it out of their hand, that's a snap palm. But you're not really expecting it to come out so early. Typically, players will greed that Dora a little bit longer, and then only later as they approach Tenpai will it filter out of the hand. Unless there are some other conditions to meet. As is that those Dora are just sitting in the wall. Yet to find, and there it is, found. She's on with the Chun Onko, and now she's gonna have an interesting decision. With the Mangan kind of set in hand, you can just play maximally efficient. We did see Miyauchi open up. Oh, Tenpai found. And another 7, so wait, the dealer seems to be a popular weight for the dealer. Insta call of the 5, so now just deciding which tile to drop. 5 pin, just again staying maximally efficient. Well, the pin tiles having come out from the dealer Riichi didn't look like the most dangerous tile, but now Tenpai on 5-8 Mon. She's on a good opportunity. Oh, Chun, would we con? No. No dream of Rinshan. We're going to see the Tuso Chi. So Tenpai on 4-7 pin. Or Miyauchi. She's got the White Dragon called already. So Yaku confirmed. 5 pin, that's safe. Oh, 5 Bon. That will be the deal at Nishizono with the pocket triplet of the Dora. It's going to confirm a Mangan 8,000 points, collecting everything that's been sitting in the middle of the table as well, and she is right back into this game, up to second place now. And Nishizono will also get the dealership here in East 3. All right.
I feel like I always have to tell myself this when we're watching the Sankei Shimbun Cup, because when we watch other games, 17,400 looks like a really, really, like you're really far behind everybody. But in these matches, we actually start with 25,000 instead of 30,000. So whatever you're used to seeing in WRC rules, subtract 5,000 from that, and so 17,400 is actually not that. It's a big hand that you've dealt in, but that's all. It's not a huge um, discrepancy, like a huge difference from the other players.
Yeah, you're not really expecting that all you need is a Hanuman symbol to find first from when you see 17-4, but that's actually all that Matsui needs.
Exactly.
All right, dealer has completed two shapes already, has a couple pairs, so looking good. It's a pair of the East for Miyauchi, and maybe she can turn that into a flush. We'll see just how the draws come together. Doesn't necessarily need to move that direction. Nice 3-pin fill. This is a Tempai. Can take the 2-mon 8-so Champon, or do we get greedy? 6-pin Dama. What's the consideration here for this Dama? Maybe part of it is the fact that the 2-mon is close to the Dora, so if you draw the 3-mon, you're very happy. If you draw the Dora, you're also happy. There it is. 1-mon into hand. We'll take this Riichi Dora 1, waiting on the 3-mon. Oh, speaking of 3-mon, ooh, that's kind of interesting. Yuzuki has Dora 2, so there's some incentive to play this. We'll go with the 6-pin start. And if I am Nishizono, I'm really happy to see the 4-mon come out, because maybe other players will also copy the 4-mon. And if enough of those come out, the 3-mon starts to look safer. I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of a risk attached to that because, you know, we talked about shapes near the Dora. Sometimes just being the weight, even if they're not ideal multi-sided shapes. But similarly, the 2-mon has also come out from the Riichi player. So if there are 3 2-mons discarded and 4 4-mons discarded, really not expecting the 3-mon to deal it. As we see, though, Yuzuki draws a second copy of that tile. So I think we're still looking at 2 copies in the wall to find for the dealer reach.
I think the screen was freezing for me quite a bit. I've switched to a landline for my internet, so hopefully this will make it smoother. Apologies. I had to drop for a second.
We hope your internet connection survives. We did see the 8-so come in. A little unfortunate when the Shabo would have been at the but we still have yet to see if the 3 will come in, and it does indeed. Reach Tsumo Dora 1,000 all.
Always reach those penchon weights.
Yeah, I mean, she waited a turn. She waited a turn for the 1-mon draw.
To make it a penchon.
Yeah.
It was a Shabo. She waited to make it the penchon.
And rewarded. So, up to 32-9, that will put Nishizono and Team FireBird into first place in this game. And of course, we'll be keeping our eye on the scores in yellow. Those scores will be sort of the live standings. If the game were to end at this moment, Team FireBird would be up to 98.9, so chasing down Team Ampai, but not quite taking over just yet. We'll have to see how this game continues. Two-pin the Dora here in East 3 repeat 1. Once held by the dealer, but awkward 8-9 so and 6-8 pin. Shapes to fill.
Oh, nice. So fill in for Yuzuki. Yuzuki, in the past, she has been the host for the there was a news like a monthly Renmei JPML news show on the JPML channel, and she was the host for that. I don't think the show's going anymore, but I think I appeared on it once. Gemma appeared on it once remotely from England before the WRC last year. It's pretty interesting. A pretty interesting show, actually. They'd show like any tournaments that had winners decided in that news cycle, and different things that were going on outside of Mahjong as well that had to do with JPML. No one is getting into tempo. It looks like Matsui is trying to go for an outside hand of sorts.
I know, I'm looking at that
Many
Sancho
blocks.
potential.
Yeah,
Yes.
Sanshoku potential, Chanta potential. But just gonna have to get rid of one of those 1-3 or 1-2-3 shapes if she's gonna go for the Sanshoku.
Ideally, she'd get to cut the 2-3 Mon shape. Everything else can be used for Sanchoku or the Dora.
And she's not quite ready to let that open-ended shape go.
Yeah, certainly no need to make any moves preemptively. Still been far enough away that she can hold all these tiles with flexibility. But continues to draw 5s. 5 Mon, 5 Pin, 5 So. Certainly not the tile you're looking for.
5 can you draw before you stop drawing 5?
To the outside hand. Alright, is it 4s now? 4 Mon? That at least completes a shape. Is it maybe time to give up on... Yeah, the penchant. We'll just keep... this, but it deals in, actually, a silent Tempai here.
It's the Pinfu for Yuzuki.
Get Yuzuki over 30,000 points. But not quite into the lead as we move to East 4. Miyauchi finds her dealership, and this is the group leader. Her team has pulled out ahead. Well, that's a lot of So tiles and several Singleton honors. 9 Mon, not a bad start. A lone terminal. Could even see 1 Mon, 2 Mon, a bad penchant cut in favor of holding some of these honor tiles. We'll wait and see which tiles come out from other players here at the start. Ooh. 7 in a pair. Towards Kokushi, not going to aim for it. And yeah, as expected, 1 Mon, 2 Mon as well. So it looks like it'll be a dealer suizoeater flush coming through potentially. And honestly, given the state of the hands by players around the table, there might be enough time to just put this together. It looks relatively slow across the board.
I've had a fair number of slow hands already this hunt, and I think the last game they had a lot of really fast hands. And all like everyone had fast hands kind of competing with each other, but it seems like we're racing to see who can have the slowest hand.
And yet, we're already in East 4. This game has been going pretty quickly, all things considered. 6 pin, that's just a little bit of an upgrade. Still can accept the door to hand, and Haku Hoitsu 3 Han would be totally fine. I believe the White Dragon is completely live in the wall as well. So we could even see a concealed triplet, just as we saw from Nishizono to pull in a Bangan earlier with the Red Dragon Dora. Okay, this is approaching something worth fighting for. The problem is we have 2 So and 6 So. And we've got a Tempai. Wow, nice 7-pin fill. Ideal draw. Matsui with a great chance here. She's not going to give up. Increases the tile acceptance with a 5 So pull. And she finds Ippatsumo, not the most expensive side. Not the 6-pin for the full straight, but Ippatsumo Pinhitora.
Mangan hand. Cool Mangan.
Yeah, necessary Mangan for Team Gatinha. And we are up to 22-1 out of last place. And charging forward here into the south round, Yuzuki now will get the dealership back from second place. For Pandora. So a central
Also,
tile.
I just spotted Tips in the chat. Hello, Tips.
Tips it up. I haven't had enough Mahjong yesterday. I want to see more Sankei Shimbun.
I swear he said he was not available today. And here he is, showing up in the chat, being all available.
maybe he just can't like use his voice. Maybe all he can do is watch. But we appreciate Tips stopping by. You know what? Tips wants that towel. He's here for the giveaway.
Oh yeah, the towel, yes.
Okay, 4-pin. Paired up in the hand of Nishizono. And it's not immediately clear how she's going to get a hand that could win here. I feel like it's got to stay closed. And aim for a Riichi, but the shapes are really awkward. As Matsui opens up towards Suizoeater. Flush of some sort. Now another pin tile. This is so awkward. 1, 1, 2, 4, 4. Maybe you think about a flush for that hand as well. At least be able to start calling. Unfortunately, she might not have that much time. There's the 4-pin. We will see the palm. And yeah, it's going to turn into a flush. Not going to say no to the Dora. Well, this is an interesting choice. You could go headless with the 6-0 cut. You could just throw the 3 back. And this is pretty flexible. You still get the 5-0 for Tempai, but you don't lose your 6-6-7-8 Yamen shape. And that allows you to retain a pair while still getting a little extra acceptance. So it's a pretty clever discard. Also, importantly, the 7-8-9, yes.
Because I think that sort of it was thought to be a little bit old-fashioned, but is coming back. A fun discard in that situation is actually the 7-8 Civil. 7-8 Bamboo. So you lock in your pair there since everything else is open-ended anyway. It's not strictly the most efficient move, but in order to end up with a good weight, it is a very efficient choice. You have efficiency, and then you have good weight efficiency, and they are not the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. But in this case, the 7-8-9 Sachiko does really prioritize holding on to that 7-8, and so certainly incentivizes even more so the cut that she made. Oh,
exactly. That's what we were racing each other to say.
The cut, and chooses to go the 3-pin here.
And that's so that she can still accept the Dora if it comes in. If 4-pin was not the Dora, we might have seen the 2-pin discard instead.
Yeah, as is, like, if she really wanted to accept the 4-pin, she could con it. That would be a funny way to use a 4th copy of the Dora, even if she discarded something else. But as is, it's a 5-8-pin weight. And when you are, Yuzuki, in Riichi, and you see just Nishizono going all out chasing this Tempai, you are pretty sure that there's a bomb here that could explode in your face. Can Yuzuki win this monster dealer hand before Nishizono wins her? Just as impressive. Flush hand. 2-pin goes through. That's not the pin tile that deals it, although you'll always sweat a little bit. Oh, the 9-so instead, and that's going to be Takame Yuzuki. Riichi Pinhu Sanshoku. Wow, it was a dealer Mangan versus non-dealer Baimon Shinitsu Dora 3.
And I was thinking about why in that situation you might not want to con. Of course, there is a dealer reach on the board. You do not want to add Dora to that, just in case you're not able to win that. You see a lot of cases where there's no con made. But I mean, probably that's what she's thinking. I do not want to add Dora to that.
Yeah, it's a
Me, I
very.
love to give other people Dora all the time.
Some people say I don't want to give Dora to the Riichi player, and some people say I'm just going to flip Dora 3 myself, one with Haite and or with Rinshan, and then get it all.
It must be awesome to be able to be that optimistic.
I'm not that optimistic. I just say that there are people out there that are.
Oh, I know. We were talking about it last week. How we're not loved by the Uradora, but so I was thinking about how it must be to actually like think that you've got a chance at getting Uradora, and not always being like, well, that's gonna give them Uradora, but not me.
Every once in a while, I will hit an Ura. Ipatsumo Ura, something like that. Every once in a while sounds too frequent. Once in a blue moon, that'll happen. I think this is what it's like. Imagine if this happened more frequently, then I might actually I understand now why players make those comments.
Yes. It's just to give us a taste so that we can have empathy in our commentary.
Exactly. All right. Well, Yuzuki, after that big win, 41,000 points, chilling up at the top of the standings in this game. Team is hoping that she can do even more though from this spot, and she has paired up the Green Dragon, so perhaps a callable hand here. Interesting, Dora, the North, is going to be kind of stuck in a couple players' hands. Matsui as well as Miyauchi, who needs a pair, by the way. So if the North player can find the North Wind, not only could you in the future call for a triplet, but also, just use as your parents' lamb a Riichi.
Miyauchi has not had a lot of action this game so far. But you should definitely watch out for it. She was one of the people who was like, all right, we're not going to be in the same group as her. Because I feel like I always lose in important matches when I'm at the same table as her. It happened in Pro Queen last year. I was doing amazing until the last 2 games. And the last game I was on the same table as Miyauchi. And the prophecy was fulfilled.
Yeah, some players just always have your number. Miyauchi is looking for the North. Oh, this is why. Ipatsumo is too scary.
Yep.
That's a full-blown Mongon, and she is right back into things, into second place now. 26-3, chasing Yuzuki down, who had to pay the dealer penalty there, 4,000 points. So not quite the way she wanted her dealership to end, but certainly pulling 12,000 points was enough compensation. And Matsui now will have her chance for Team Gatinha. It is going to be really important for her to pull as many points as she can in the dealership.
This puts Miyauchi nearly in Mangan Sumo range of first place already. So just another win, and she'll be in a great spot to take first place. Actually, since she's the last dealer, even if she waits, she'll have a great chance to get a Mangan Sumo and get into first place.
A couple of hands exciting me here. I'm very curious about the hand of Nishizono with this double wind pair. Oh no, that's south and west. The other hand I was looking at was Yuzuki, who had 2 wind pairs and wind singletons, but the south and the west both paired up. In the hand of Nishizono, that means that we will not see.
Yuzuki has east and north, I think.
Yeah, she has east and north, and then singletons of the south and the west. I was really hoping that she might get more. But that's not going to happen. It's just already Ampai, already the win. Double south, Dora 1.
Pull on that double south.
Yeah, I was curious whether she would wait because her hand was so strong. The Riichi waiting on south and west is very good too. But when it's worth 2 Han, it's a little bit harder to pass that up for.
Oh yeah, the double. I think you'll see a lot of people waiting for the second value honor tile, the Yakuhai. They might wait for the second pawn if it's a single one, but a double east or a double south, you'll rarely see people wait. Occasionally, but not often. Nishizono's nails are so good. All right, let's check out the nails. We're so used to everybody having pretty nails on the mahjong table. I did not pay special attention yet. She's got like a bow, like a 3D bow on the thumb. The only thing with the long nails is it gets hard sometimes to push that dice button.
Oh. Six, so pair up. This is actually kind of an interesting choice. When one towards Tanya is somewhat natural, but you could just say I don't need this. Yeah, interesting spot, but she's going to go for more out of the hand. I like it. 3 so. Excellent draw. Now her choice of perfect Ishanten actually goes with the Chitoi consideration. Is that the secret to bonus value here? Chitoi and Tanya. Oh, I'll go up the 5-pin. Well, now it's just Yam and Riichi.
It's Tanyao. All you have to know is what you're going to draw next, and you can play perfect mahjong.
That's an interesting one. If you could have not perfect foresight, but like only the next draw that you're going to get.
There's actually a Mahjong Fight Club special rule version of that. And it will show you what you're going to draw next, and then you can decide if you want to like call or not. And I can't remember if it shows you right after you discard or right when you discard. Like right when you draw. When you draw or when you discard, but it will show you your next draw. And it's only available, I think when I was in MFC, it was only available once a month.
That sounds kind of fun.
On the 10th of the month or on the 20th of the month, something like that. It was only available once a month and you could play those rules, and it's pretty fun. You get to test out those hypotheticals that we always talk about.
Just always find the right Sanchoku to aim for.
Yes.
Let's be honest, there isn't a wrong Sanchoku to aim for.
You can decide if you want to wait one turn to reach or not.
Yes, that's the ideal situation. Against this Riichi, wow, okay. Khan reveals the west to be the new Dora. That's not pretty useful here, and the south as a draw is not useful either. But more chances. Still a decent number of weights here in the wall. I think there's 5 tiles. This 2-5 mon. That's super strong. Okay, 3-pin can still come out. This Ishanten looks like Matsui wants to challenge here. There's another copy of the 2 mon, so down to 2 and 2.
And Yuzuki can afford to sit back and sort of play defensively, but Matsui only has one more hand. Well, the dealer's reach, so if the dealer's Ampai, maybe 2 more hands to try and make a comeback and stay ahead of Nishizono. But if Nishizono is to win, then that will put Matsui in a really difficult spot going into the last 2 hands.
Down to 3 winners in the wall.
That's so many, though, with this few discards left.
Could cut the 7 so for 6 so, 9 so, 5 mon, or 9 so for the Ipeko. She has a door. She certainly wants to reach it. We'll go with the Shabo instead, so this is a safer entry. So 5 mon, 7 so. And the 9 so was cut once already, so that limits the 6-9 options as well. One pin, no go. Open the Tsuban, that is a winner. And we'll check the Uda, 2 pin and 6 pin. I think both misses. We had reverse Uda, and that 6 pin would be great. It was the tile below the Uda. How about that? You know, the tiles on top, you go the next in order, and then the tiles in the bottom, you go the previous tile to be the. How about that? It makes sense.
Like it's like they're Australian, so they have to go the opposite direction.
True
Sorry.
Uda. Dora.
It's the bottom hemisphere of the.
Unfortunately, not the case for Nishizono, so she will just get a reach simultaneous with a bonus. It does put her, though, very close to taking over the lead. We'll flip them all up at once, and could be better. Okay, Hatsu, that helps. Callable now. 9-1 Dora, 1 copy in hand. Nice central tiles for Miyauchi. Looks like dealer might have a chance to pull something together here. Not terribly fast hands across the board. Except for this one. Oh, but this one has a Hatsu, so that will have to come out eventually, almost certainly. We'll be able to see the dealer making some moves. And I wonder how willing you are as Nishizono, the dealer, to make some calls like 3 Pinchi. It's a little bit, well, now after the Hatsu comes out, it's certainly easier to do. Kind of telegraphs the play, though, if you make that call ahead of time, ahead of the Green Dragon coming out. But it is a really important tile to completing the hand.
Yeah, also if somebody gets to Tempai, then they'll release that green dragon. And if they don't, then they probably won't anyway. So I don't think you need to consider it too much to make it too big of a factor. You have to get to Tempai or you can't win, so sometimes we have to end up prioritizing that even if it ruins our camouflage.
Yeah, my playstyle very much likes to make that call. 2 pin discard will keep the 1-4-7 pin weight, holding the 5 tile sequence. Ooh, 7 pin, nice. Yeah, we will actually see Miyauchi open. Again, her team is in the lead here. She definitely does not want to allow Nishizono to take first place in this game. So even if this just confirms a 3rd place, it's still, there's still some incentive to win quickly and move us away from the dealership of her competition. And of course, Miyauchi will have the dealership in all last.
And we have been cruising through the games today. It's yesterday, the first game I think it definitely went to time and we did not even make it to South 2, I don't believe.
Kyle was talking about that. He said something like 70,000 points for one of the players. Just incredible stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of times that would be the only player who has continued as dealer so many times, but actually all the players were continuing as dealer as much as possible. Every single hand. So it ended up being, yeah, maybe the longest or the fewest. And Miyauchi wins it.
It gets the expensive side too.
Expensive side, but still not an expensive hand. Plenty to put her in a good position. She's only 3,800 points away from first place going into all last and her own dealership.
All 3 weights win, but only one of those is worth 2 Han. 26,000 even though, and it's a tight race. Anyone could get first place here. That puts a lot of pressure on the players here in South 4.
I mean, even Matsui only needs a Hanemon Sumo to get first.
Absolutely. Would do it. So, Miyauchi, how does this look? Passable. It's got a couple Kanchan shapes, but you can work them.
Passable but rough, yeah.
And not so good for Yuzuki. Is this a Hanemon? Needs some work to get there, I think. Dora 3. Well, this could be your Hanemon, but Nishizono doesn't even need that. She just needs any hand, really, at this point. One Han Sumo? Would be funny.
Yeah, she needs about... You'd probably normally be aiming for about 2,000 if you want to be able to win from anybody for Nishizono to take over first place.
You prefer it to not end in a tie?
I mean, 1,400 is a difficult point to aim for anyway. So, I mean, you can aim for 1,600 with like a 50 fu or a Chitoitsu, but generally it's just easier to aim for 2 Han, like a Pinfu Dora or something.
Certainly with Dora 3 in the hand, it's hard to be anything else.
With Dora 3, she doesn't have to aim for anything. She's just Tenpai. But
now this is going to be, you want to keep your Yakuhai chances alive, so you can open the hand. But outside of that, it's probably just going to be a Riichi attempt. And the shapes are a little bit on the slow side for that.
So I did not say hi to Strumpets. Welcome, welcome. And Dream Motion. And also Doma in the chat. Welcome, welcome.
I appreciate the cheering for a close race. I always love to see it get as exciting as possible at the end. That 6-pin, by the way, Hanuman alert, Matsui is aiming for the Sanshoku. It looks like that would get her a chance. There's the 8-pin. We're finding a way. Pair acquired for Nishizono. How long do we hold these honor tiles? Dragons, let's see. Hatsu's come out once, Chun's come out once. We'll just cut one of those. She really wants to keep that option alive, but actually the red dragon goes to the dealer. And this is going to be an interesting decision because there was Tanyao chances, but now you found a pair, an alternate pair. We'll go 4 so 3 so. So keeps the 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku alive, keeps the 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Mon shape for extra tile acceptance, and sticks with the Kanchan as well. Sticks with the dragon. What do you do with all 4 copies of the Dora? Throw it back. They don't need to know.
I mean, if you discard the form on it, doesn't change the function really of the hand. You can't upgrade to a open-ended, but
yeah, it looks like she really values that opportunity to upgrade with the 5 Mon draw. Oh, call number 1. 6, 7, 8. So still multiple options for the Yaku here. Great to be able to make a call and not rely on one or the other. Nishizono has been putting a lot of thought into these choices. We'll drop the Chun, and that's an easy pawn. So can cut the 5 Mon for some extra value. Haku Sanshoku waiting on the 7-pin. Miyauchi making her bid to take the lead over. Seven pin. Let's see. We saw 2 in the hand of Nishizono, and I believe 1 in the hand of Matsui, and 1 discarded. So that means there are 0 tiles for this weight in the wall. 9 Mon. A Chi? This isn't going to be good enough
I
to
guess
overcome any gap.
Yeah, Sanoshoku Chanta.
Yeah, even if you add Junchan,
Okay, I'm gonna go for Junchan, but still only going to be 3 Han at that point, right?
right. So maybe the goal isn't necessarily to win this hand, but to try to at least be Tenpai. I mean, you're expecting that the dealer is going to be Tenpai here. So we should see a repeat, in theory.
In that case, I wonder if you would discard your pair and go for Junchan. I think you would just take the Chanta if that was the...
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she can... Oh, it's the silent Tenpai that's going to steal it away, though. Yuzuki had found the Dawn with that Pinshu.
That's her second snipe of the game as well. She
It
did that
is.
earlier.
And that ends up being the difference in a game this close. Those two silent Tenpais will put Yuzuki in the lead and earn her the victory. Plus 40.8 for her efforts. She's on a valiant effort. Earns 7.4 for her team. That does combine with the Uma to make up some ground towards the first place team. Matsui unable to make it work in this game. And we have finished 2.
That was quick. What a quick game. But guess what time it is? It's time for towel giveaway.
Hey, let's go. All right. Pop on over here. So, of course, this is the giveaway we'll be doing all month long. Your chance to win a commemorative World Champion towel. Kotaro Ichikawa, winner of WRC Tokyo 2025. And we've already had a few winners so far this month. We just gave away one yesterday. And one person in our chat today will have the opportunity to win one as well. In addition to members at the end of February. But we're really interested in the drawing today.
That's paid channel members. We end up saying and I end up writing subscribers because of the Twitch habits, but it's paid channel members, and I did make an edited image of it, but I totally must have forgot to upload it. So just remember that in the chat today, you just have to be a subscriber. There's no payment required. If you want to be included in the drawing at the end of the month, which is tomorrow, you have to be a paid channel member, but you can be the lowest tier. It's like $1 a month, I think. I think it's not an extravagant price. So if you have the means, then consider that. But first, you can try to win here in the chat right now. It's not beach towel size, unless you're a baby. Could be a baby beach towel, maybe. No. A dolly beach towel. If you have any Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, my kids could use it for their dolls as a beach towel, I think. But no, it's called a face towel. You don't get to sit on Uchikawa's face, unfortunately, or stand on his face. I guess you could stand on it. It's a face towel. You could lay it. You could make it a mat if you want to.
All sorts of uses.
Yeah, it looks cool. It would look cool as kind of a bath mat as well. In a good way, not in a mean way.
You can tie around the chair across from you and play Minefield Mahjong against Uchikawa himself.
Yeah, you could pretend that you are playing against the real Uchikawa. And let's put the question out, and then we'll talk about how you can actually play against the real Uchikawa.
Okay.
But what is our question for today?
Do we have a question for today?
Oh, weird. This is actually like an old version of this as well. It's not supposed to say date because we actually had the date, but it finished for the World Reach Pro broadcast, the pro battle. Our question for today is, how are you going to use your towel? You're going to use it as a face towel? Are you going to hang it on the wall for decoration? Are you going to use it as a very decorative and cool bath mat? And carefully not step on Uchikawa's face and only step on the words next to it.
Can I win it again? Is the question in chat.
Yeah, Doma won yesterday. I think let's let somebody else win for today, Doma. I'm really glad that you're here and supporting us, but you can win. You can win again if you next month you'll be eligible to win again. Next month we will have another giveaway. So let's say that you're only available for one item each month, but that does not carry over, so it resets the next month. Are you gonna tie it around your head and use it as a? And we tie towels around our head a lot in Japan when it's hot in the summertime. Or are you going to, like Nate said, hang it on the chair across from you and pretend like you're actually playing Mahjong? So think about your answer. How are you going to use the towel if you win? And if you actually want to meet Uchikawa in real life, in person, and play against him, we are also having the M League World Reach US Tour. Not only Kotaro Uchikawa. I don't know why it's so much harder for me to say the names when I'm speaking English. It's like my mouth moves in different ways. Also, M League is probably the most famous and most followed M Leaguer Sayaka Okada. From the Sakura Knights, Kotaro Uchikawa, of course, moved to the X-Footing Kazan team last year. Mari Takamiya from the Mahjong Fight Club team. From Abemas, both Yoshihiro Matsumoto and Sho Shiratori will be coming to America. And Megumu Aikawa, also a new M-Leaguer last year on the Earth Jets team. These 6 M-Leaguers will be coming to America, Las Vegas, for a 2-day tournament. Everyone in the tournament's going to get to play either one of these 6 players or Yumi Otani or Hiroshi Amai, who is also... Hiroshi Amai was the first world champion in 2014 in Paris. Also won the anniversary tournament 2 years ago, a year and a half ago now. Before the WRC 2025. Yumi Otani, of course, former M-Leaguer. Also, probably the most decorated pro ever, has so many titles to her name all over the place. I will be there. Sayaka and I from the podcast Skatebon International will be the MCs for the tournament. Yoe Hirano, who has spent a lot of time in the US, will be there as well. It's going to be lots of amazing times. We're going to have 2-day tournament in Vegas, fan meeting in Vegas. Also, fan meetings in New York City and exhibition matches with World Reach pros in New York City. So it's going to be just 5 straight days of excitement and kind of amazing. I think you should save the date. We will have sign-up information available soon. Not quite yet. Just finalizing all the schedules and things like that, but those things that I just mentioned are all happening, so get excited. Are you excited, Nate?
Oh, I'm excited. We're going to have, M-Leaguers making their way to the US. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to that event.
Oh, good. We're also going to be streaming it if you are not in the US or you can't make it to one of those cities. The tournament, we're going to have one table from each round streamed. So your WRC commentary team will be also participating in some way or another. Also, the exhibition matches will be streamed, obviously.
You could bring your Kotaro Uchikawa towel with you to get a picture with Uchikawa himself.
Yes. That was what the segue was. How can you actually, instead of just tying the towel onto your chair and pretending to play against Uchikawa, how can you actually play against Uchikawa? Well, the answer is to come to the M League and World Reach US Tour. All right, so we have some answers. Strumpets is going to sew it on the back of his denim jacket. All right, that sounds cool. It sounds like one of those bike biker things to do. That's awesome. And Doma can't win, but said it's going to be for the intense reach calls, the one that make you sweat at the table. Yes, that is perfect. That is the perfect use of a face towel. Quick Chaos says, I could use it to make a reach shrine to attract more Uradora. And Doma also says, hopefully it will bring me Ipatsutsumo luck. Is that the secret? That's how Nate and I have to also get in on this drawing.
Gotta make a Riichi shrine. Yeah, I've got. When I go to the arcade and play Kitadora, that's some sweaty work. I could use a face towel for that.
All right, we'll still give you even. Corak is not quite here yet, so we'll give you a couple more minutes. Maybe 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
To write an answer into the chat.
Right now the odds are pretty good. I only got a couple people, so.
Yeah, if you win the Kotaro Chikawa towel, how will you use it?
Must answer
Will
the
you
question
hang
in
it
the
up?
chat.
Yes, must answer the question. Will you hang it up next to your sink as a hand towel? So that everybody who washes their hands. Or one of the decorative hand towels that you're actually not supposed to use. It's just hanging there and you're supposed to ignore it and use the other hand towels.
Just look and don't touch.
Yeah, I do love me some decorative towels that you're not allowed to use.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had one of those. Mostly keep practical towels around now.
And practical towels are fun because you could use, if you don't have enough towels, enough kitchen towels, for example, and you need more, you could win this towel and have enough kitchen towels.
Pull my food out of the
In
oven.
my I know in my house we have a lot of Cebu Lions towels. For some reason, we always get Cebu Lions towels at baseball games. And those become practical towels. They are the perfect size to be kitchen towels or hand towels in the bathroom sink, next to the bathroom sink. Things like that. All right, we're running out of time. Write an answer. You could just say, as a face towel. Just give us an answer, any answer. I know there are a few more people watching that would love to win a towel.
And I guess, yeah, we've got people in the running, so you can't save it anymore for the end of month's giveaway to the members of the channel.
All right, Mr. Bowler Hat Guy says, as a face towel, thank you very much. That was a perfect answer. Zug says, I'd wipe my sweat after a heavy session of DTR.
Zug's wrong with the arcade connection as well. Totally understandable. All right, so I think we've got 4 entrants.
You know what? This is a face towel. That is also Uchikawa's face. It is a face towel in multiple ways.
Strumpets
It
Chaos.
has a face on it.
Looks wrong. Mr. Bowler Hat Guy. Best of luck. And it looks like, Jenn, are we taking any more entrants or should we give it a roll?
I think we're ready to roll.
All right.
Yeah, I got to use that phrase unironically.
All right, looks like our winner is going to be our second entrant, Quick Chaos, who says they could use it to make a Riichi Shrine track more Uradora. Well, you will have the opportunity to make that shrine. Congratulations on your brand new limited edition Kotaro Uchikawa face towel.
So what you need to do to claim your towel is to send a screenshot of your YouTube account to the email address that we will provide in the chat. And I imagine you'll need some shipping information at some point, but you can wait for instructions for that. For now, just send your screenshot and name, I guess, to the to the contact. Is it contact at World Reach? Is it... We'll paste that in the chat for you in just a second. So congratulations, thank you for participating, everyone. And don't go away yet, we still have another game. It's 3 games, this is only game 2.
And if you want to have one more chance at that towel, got one more day to become a member of the channel, and we will have a giveaway where 2 more towels will be given away to members.
Yes, paid members, paid tier is like $1. Even I can afford $1. I can't afford many things, but personally, I could afford $1.
Very good. Well, I think, Jen, we have someone hopping in to take over for game 3.
Yep, that's it for me. Welcome. Welcome, Arthur, Corak.
Hello.
Corak, we've got one more big game happening here. This is what, the one of 4 games that this team has yet to play. These teams have yet to play. And it's always pivotal. We saw the distribution of points getting a little bit closer after games 1 and 2. So let's set the scene with the players for game number 3. Our first dealer in the east seat will be Miki Tsukada for Team TF Channel. In the south seat, Airi Hayami for Team Karaoke Bar Gatinha. In the west seat, we saw her in game 1 as well. Now Ogasahara for Team Ampai, our leaders at this point. And in the north seat, representing Team FireBird, is Ryoka Mochizuki. Should be an exciting one. I think we've got the game loaded and ready to go. Let's hop right in. Now these players will change, so we'll make a quick edit.
All right, and with that, take a look at the players. Of course, everyone getting set up here. And starts off with a nice little Pinfu hand. Nice shape in the Pinzu. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Also 4, 5, 6 in Manzu. Great shape. I agree here. Have a very slow kind of Pinfu-ish type hand. This is a 2-3, so a little bit of an upgrade, but not a great hand. This is definitely the best. 7 connects with the 8 here. I mean, there are distant Chanta routes, really. Just floating the door, hoping some other tiles come together. 4 upgrades that to a 1, 2, 3, 4. Shape significantly better. There's the Anko of the 6-0. Still a bunch of honors to get rid of. Out goes the 1, holding north and east. Probably not Hodetsu at this point. Oh, the 5. That's an annoying tile when you have a 2 and an 8, 9, and the 2's door. You just can't really get rid of it. Out goes the 1. You can already set the 2 anyway with the 4, 4 in hand. 8 is a good floater, much better than a pay. Tune doesn't do anything. 9 pins. You do have the overlap here on the 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, but better than nothing. 3 is actually a decent floater here, hoping to just draw another door, maybe go Ipeka with it. 2 so as a floater, pretty bad, but the honors are worse. Out goes the east. Speaking of east, we'll hold it for a turn, cutting the west. 4 so completes the shape in Sozu. Initially does cut away the 8 from a 6, 6, 6, 8. So definitely going to find the pair elsewhere. 9 here gives the route for the Sanshku. 7, 8, 9, there is a route to it, but it is slow. Nine COs back. Feel a little bit of backfire with that 8 having been cut earlier, but oh well. 4 connects nicely with the 3 here. Do you just go 5 pin? Could go with the honors. Could go with the 8, 9. There are a lot of options. I think you keep the 8, 9 for the Sanshku. South and east available here. Oh, 8's a perfect fill. This is not Kutsuki or completed head, but double floater shape. Now, this does have an 8 in the discards. The 4, 5, 6, 6, not as good as it normally would be. 5, not a great tile. Back it goes. 1 so could extend that shape in Sozo. I'm a bit surprised it wasn't taken. Well, there's your one. I have the possibly Peiko, but we'll need the second Dora. West goes back. Ninemon does create a pair. It's not ideal, but the 3 does nothing in this hand. Oh, that backfire. Immediate. And now it gets rid of that 4-mon. Would have been Tenpai. Would have been a pretty bad shape, but I'm always an advocate of Tenpai, usually better than not Tenpai. 4-mon. It connects with the 2-2, but it's not ideal. And of course, cuts the 4, gets the 3 the next turn. Oh, well, there's an Onko. Should just be the 3. Could also go with the 6, but I like the 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
The plan is definitely that he Peiko Dora 2. His 4 doesn't do anything unless you're cutting Dora. And yeah, this feels like a fold with the 8-9.
It's so late in the hand to be reworking.
Oh no! The 4 held it forever and then immediately drew a 3 and a 5 afterwards. Oh, the perfect draw. 3-sided. Riichi, Peiko, Dora 2. Possible Pinfu. 5, 6, 8 pin. Super wide Tenpai. With tons of value. And of course the classic draw Dora on a Patsu turn. That's always how it works, isn't it? One so is not it though. Now you try to look at that pawn and go, wait, what's safe? The 9 should be pretty safe. The 9-mon.
9-mon,
anyway.
yeah. And that will be the play. This you gotta decide about the
Does
3-mon.
take a bit to get there, but eventually does get there. Forso, that is also Tenpai.
Ooh. The weight.
What is it, a 3-6-4?
You cut the 6.
3-6 in Sozu and a... Oh, doesn't matter. Deal's in. No aura, but ouch.
Yeah,
That is
that's
a Mangon.
Peiko Dora 2 alongside the Riichi. Going to be 12,000 points.
Yeah, dealer bumping that up to 12K, and Tsukada in excellent position. Always the goal when you're dealer in East 1. Just get that Mangon and then hopefully cruise the rest of the game.
We kind of saw this in game 1. Tsukada was playing there as well, and she won a couple hands at her dealership and just chilled, but earned a big first place for her team. This could happen a second game, or this series.
All right, well, this is a Pinfu type hand, bit slow. This is similarly a Tanyao type hand. Would really like a Dora here. I mean, you always want Dora, but especially going to like a 2-4-5 and the 3's Dora. Plus, it's Sanzo. Bunch of Monzo in there, maybe a Honitsu. This is a Pinfu, maybe Peiko at that 7-7-8-8 in So. Back goes the 9. 2. Well, there go the plans for Honitsu. 4 completes a shape. Now you'd have the double pair, but may end up just cutting the 7 or the 8. Out goes the 9. 5's a very good floater. We'll hold it for now. If you're not thinking about the Honitsu anymore, the 5's just a really good tile, plus it's near the Dora. 9 pin creates a Kanchan, but the more draws the hand gets, the worse it looks. Pay, nope. 4 pin, obviously better than the 1, unless you're greeting Sanchiku and says no.
Yeah,
Hatsu back.
definitely saw it and said, I can let this one go.
Yeah, that was the double clutch there. I said, do I really have to give up on Sanchiku? And thought about it for a second. Said, yeah, I do. Well, there's one of those 1, 2, 3, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah,
It's a great fill for just the regular hand. You're not going to complain about it, but you're like, but my Sanchiku!
Draw 2 pin, 3 pin, then you can feel sad about it.
Forza, okay. Well, now you're fine with it. 6 pin allows a shift down here. Def looking Tanyao. Haku, always a blank.
It's some hands more
I
than others.
didn't know if anyone was going to get that immediately, but yeah, the literal blank, of course. 1 so, ooh, this is a very nice hand.
Do you like
I
the...
like 7, so
Yeah, the double acceptance is, could give you e-pickle, but twin sequence is not something you have to aim for. Also, 9 so's cut
if
twice.
if you had the Tanyao in here, I'd go with the 5, but I think I just like the 7.
Okay, so you're just gonna lock the pair. This does remove some pin tiles towards Tenpai, but we'll at least keep the flexibility in the Sozu.
2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, just cut the relative safe tile. That's hands the one you get in a lot of trouble with. Because you have a whole bunch of floaters who are not actually that close to Tenpai around the time you expect someone to get Tenpai. Well, there's a perfect Ishan 10. Ends up in basically the same spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 6, 7, 8. That is now also a Kutsuki Ishan 10. This is Tenpai. It's a garbage Riichi Nomi. Will not take it. Interesting that the 5 so is cut rather than the 8, 9 in Manzu.
Yeah, at least wants to hold the Tenpai, it looks like. Ogasahara. Let's see, it's a 7 bond weight, once cut, it looks like.
1 pin is worthless. 6 pin. Of course, you see the 5 and the 7 in the pawn, because why wouldn't it?
Yeah, even then you might consider cutting the 8 so over the 5 so, because then you can draw 4 so and then 3 so. And you get to use the door that way.
It may be a little much to ask for, but you could always consider it, of course. 9 pin on the end. And yeah, now you look at that pawn. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's the 4. That's Tenpai. We'll go ahead and take the Riichi Dora 1 waiting 6 pawn Kanchan. Rich trying to get richer. This is a Tenpai as well, would be Riichi Tanyao or even Dama Tanyao.
4 pin goes through, will not Riichi though.
Will Dama waiting on the 7 mon. Speaking of Dama waiting on 7 mon, says, nope, not good enough. We're done here. And there is the 7. Not going to throw it just yet. But could definitely get in some trouble here. That said, the Dama hand is cheap, so if you deal it, it's not that catastrophic. And Mochizuki says, not going to happen. We're done. 4. You could honestly reach you the 5 here, waiting the 8 Tonki. It's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Even though it's the Riichi decoration tile Suji, against 2 Riichis, it can...
Well, plus look at the 9s in the pod. The Riichi Suji that's not really a shape you're concerned about, but instead backing off a bit.
Yeah, one of the problems is just that the Manzu are not safe.
Yeah, the 5 mon is in the danger zone. You don't know if it deals in, but you know it's in the danger zone. Well, this is Ishan 10 for Riichi Pinfudora 2. And in this 13,000, she really wants to shove the 7. Grab the 1. Thought, do I really have to? Yes.
There was some maybe thought also on pushing the 4 mon in this hand, because she can see 3 of the 5 mons. I believe 1 is discarded. And the 1 mon has come out.
4 mon. Out goes the East. 9 pin isn't it. Couple mediocre hands trying to fight back. That 2 pin is just, I'm done. South isn't going to help, and we're running out of wall pretty soon. This should be the last draw. And that's it.
All right, it wasn't the strongest Riichi, only the con 6 mon, but that was good enough to get other players off of the hand, and Tsukada.
Power of dealer Riichi is no one wants to find out what you have. So we'll pick up a net 2,000. 3,000 over the other players, not of course, but Tsukada will be dealer here in East 1-2. 39,000, a good 15,000 clear of the field, and of course Mochizuki with that deal in East 1-0 in a lot of trouble. Haku pair could call and go, could also keep it, just plan to stay closed. North Onko, you want to go Honitsu with this, but I just don't see how.
Yeah.
You can see she's doing the same thing. I want the Honitsu so badly, but I can't. Now it does it.
Okay. That's
Like,
the
I
start.
really, really don't want to throw this 3-so, but I have to.
Nice door draw.
Well, that fills in nicely. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7's a great draw. Now you do just go Honitsu. Maybe an Itsu in here is your value. 7-mon pair up and looking very strong this early. 2-pip. Speaking of Itsu, do you just go 3-mon here? It is door indicator. You don't want to. And yeah, similarly, she's thinking, do I have to? No, I won't.
If she had a read that the player to her right was going for Pinzu Honitsu, maybe less optimistic about looking for that Itsu to fill out. However, the suit wasn't clear yet. All we see are Sosu, so it's
Yeah, you don't know which of those two suits it could be in. Or for that, but it's just a very early Kokushi. You don't know anything about the hand other than it's very likely non-standard. Dora fits in nicely. You can call the 10 for Tanya Dora 2. Oh, the 3! Oh, no!
couldn't have known. Shop home. Ishantan for Ogasahara.
5 6 nice with the 6 here. Zishan 10 for potential Riichi, Pinfu, Tanyao, Sanjuku, Dora 2.
Ooh, that sounds so good, but it might not be fast enough. Yeah, the 5-so shuts it down.
It's going to shut it down. Says, I'll take my 2,600. Win for 2,000, pot 16, so almost doubles the hand value there.
Yeah, those hands were getting really exciting, but that's also the perfect
This is also
time.
important that Mochizuki is taking the brunt of all this because Team FireBird were in second coming into this game. So if they fall back, it definitely puts Team Ampai in a much better position going to the final day if the scores were to adhere.
Yeah, that's a perfect result for Ogasahara, even if she can't get a first. Dropping Team FireBird down, although she has to then worry about Team TF channel, so definitely you got to keep your eyes
Yeah,
open.
a big first place bonus. You're like, oh, they're -16. It's fine. And then all of a sudden they're +32. Okay, that pay a little attention to them. And you can certainly make up 100 in one day.
Oh, absolutely.
7's an amazing fill here. This is like I want to go Kokushi, but oh, I guess I have a normal hand now. Okay.
Yeah, she started with 2-mon even, but it's gonna have to go back.
Hatsu pair up could call and go.
Rummaging of the points, making sure they're being read correctly.
Chew. Ugh. It really, really wants to be Kokushi.
Mochizuki keeping the 4, 5, 6 Sancho alive and the straight as well in the Sozu.
There's even a Honitsu in there if you get really lucky. 8-mon useless, especially with the 9 coming out earlier. Ryokan here with the 2, 4, 6 in Pinzu. Oh no, no! Don't make a cheat toy. That would be the saddest cheat toy. Pay pair up. Do you go Honitsu in Pinzu? I'm gonna consider it, but not lock it in just yet. Oh, well, the penchant. This hand had so much promise, and it has so little potential now.
Yeah, these draws are not moving
the 5, 6, 7. That's miserable when you should do that in the pond. 9 so pair up just throws it back. Says here to have a pair of 9s in another suit. I don't need 2 of them.
I really like the way.
Good. Oh, that pod is just miserable.
We've all had it happen. You drop one tile, and then the wall just decides you wanted more of those, and everything surrounding it.
How dare you discard me? Now you will suffer.
8 so back.
1 pin, Itsu looking better, but I imagine you just go Easter Chun, goes with the Chun. It is Ishanten. Oh, speaking of Itsu, this is Itsu or Sanjuku. Could go 2 pin and keep both. Could also go 8, 9 for just the more direct acceptance. Says, I don't know which one I want, but I want value either way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I really like the way that she's been playing this hand, and that was the critical draw, the draw that makes you think the most. Yeah, she's going to keep hedging both options.
468 says, no, we're going for the Nakatsuji. It's fine. Hatsu Anko could go Haku, could go 4, could go 5, so goes to 4. The problem is all these Pinzu out. You're like, well, I don't know if the other 2 players need them, but if I see that many 5s, it's just not a good tile.
Oh, Shaw.
Shaw Anko.
Hmm.
Well, now you kind of want that 4 back. This was an inefficient cut last turn. And this is a bit of a punish.
Yeah, if you're holding the Haku for safety. Now
I don't think you ever want the Haku for safety. We have Hatsu, Hatsu, Hatsu. That is your safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually the 1 is thrown back. I like holding the 1, 1, 2.
4, so second door in hand, so clear 4,
Oh,
5, 6.
never mind. It was Sun Anko.
Wow, these draws.
You just have to go, wow. I can say you have to go either 5-pin or with the Sozu cut, but all right.
Second door
Just
here.
got the 5 here. Do you say I gotta have the East? Yes. And now this East is getting scary. May even just be stuck holding it. Sanchuku call.
Yeah,
This would be Sanchuku Dora 2. No Tanyao in there.
can only win on the Fourmon.
Well, you can win on the 7, but it requires Hote or something along those lines.
True. We're a bit of ways away from that. Can a Fourmon come out naturally?
Oh, 6 is a great draw. I mentioned the 8-9. You could also go 3-4 and say I want the overlap, but the 8-9 is definitely much more standard. And yeah, that East is getting stuck here. 7 so. Well, if you're ever going to cut the 9s, that would be the tile to do it with. And there we see the call, and this is now Tempai with the pole and waiting on the East. Also has the door, but no Yaku on that side as of yet. So the East will now deal in if it ever gets cut from Ogasahara.
At this point, with so many players open, and she needs a pair, might not ever happen.
Well, that's a pair. Not a good one, though.
7-pin again. What is with all these pin tiles? There's so many discard, you're not really expecting to draw more of them.
Oh, well, that is the non-sumo. Should go 9-9. Should always be 9-9.
And not only do you hold your Tempai, you can move in the direction of Tanya.
Guarantee your next turn is safe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, East! Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
She hates it, and she correctly hates it. This does deal in.
She needs a pair, so she can just
5,
cut.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Because I see all these 4s.
It turns out she's
Already
quite
cut 2 of them.
fortunate that she ended up cutting the 4 pins. Otherwise, Tempai could have.
Like, yeah, you'd have to have. Well, that's just Tempai.
Furi
This is
10.
Furi 10, but good enough. Well, an 8M would deal into a Furi 10, so hopefully there's no road call. And there isn't.
Yeah, we're not expecting to see that. Pay. Looks like we are out. Well,
4. So this is a 4-7 weight if you want to switch it out, and does.
Con for
Con?
fun?
No. No fun allowed.
If you're trying
That
to
should be the 1.
reduce the number of draws, you can certainly con.
Well, we're done with those draws. There we see 2 players Tempai.
Yeah, the keep of the East. Both players that drew the East ended up being no 10. Understandable.
Yes, and Hayami gets a repeat as dealer here. Of course, her team is likely out of it at this point. So, primarily you're playing for your own personal score.
Of course, we have individual playoffs in addition to the team playoffs. We'll take a look at those standings at the end of this game.
But of course, also you just want to put up a solid performance anytime you're on stream.
Absolutely.
You need to get picked up by a sponsor or a John So special appearance. Any of the type of stuff that you're at least thinking about in the back of your head. Just get your name out there, get that publicity, maybe get some clout, get some big hand. Definitely get recognized. But we look at these hands, Pinfu. Similarly, Pinfu, and a third, Pinfu.
All right. It's the bread and butter of Mahjong, really.
Well, this is why. It's because hands are Pinfu and Tanyao. Every hand is meant Tompin until proven otherwise.
There we go. Well, this hand might be proven otherwise. Pair of White Dragon for Ogasahara.
Yes, well, that's just it. It's usually pretty easy to decide when it's not, but you should almost always, by default, assume a hand is going to be Riichi, Pinfu, Tanyao. If you can add Dora, if you can add Sancho, you can add Peiko, you add a Yakuhai, all that stuff is great. But by default, you should always be building for Tanyao and Pinfu.
And that just comes based off of the statistics about what you're likely to draw. And
well, yeah, that's the thing, is Pinfu is almost always the most efficient or nearly the most efficient hand you can build, and they give you extra value for it. The game's rigged.
we're on Dora this time around. See a few spread about in hands.
For maybe an Itsu, also possible Sancho. I go 1 pin. Ooh, goes with a 2-1.
Play for the potential 5-pin as the pair.
Perfect fill there. Goes with the pay. I think at this point, if the Haku comes, you just take it.
Again, Ogasahara is in the team that's leading, so she's not too sad to win, a chip away with 1,000 points here and there, as long as she stays near the top here.
Yeah, a 2,000-point hand is perfectly acceptable. Ogasahara's plan when you come into a game like this with this spread is just get second. As long as you're positive, it's usually fine. And it's even better for her that Mochizuki's in the negatives. So this would be a perfectly acceptable result if things were to end here. At the same time, the rest of the table is not particularly thrilled with these results, especially, of course, Mochizuki, but Tsukada would have to think hard about it, because you do want to drag down your competition a bit.
Yeah, spot there. It chooses 5-5-7 pin alongside the 6-so pair, rather than taking the 5-7-9 Ryokan shape.
Back goes the 9. Speaking of 9s, there goes 1, and it goes back 2. 7 pin is a blank. Shaw is a blank. 9-so is an Anko, and that is a Riichi Dora 1 waiting 3-6mon. The Haku is a pair, not an Anko, so it doesn't count as a Yakuhai.
That's not a good draw.
You just cut the 7?
Yeah, it's outside the 6-pin.
I mean, nothing's safe, but I feel that's your best option, and out it goes. Oh, well, that's bad. East?
Hey, you're holding this for a reason.
The old, what did I do to deserve this? Well, you're playing Mahjong, so these things will happen to you much more frequently than you would like. That is not Tempai. For the 6, it'd be Tempai, but now the hand's kind of just bad. Yeah, says I'm done.
Yeah, it's still a little bit ability to dance a little bit. We'll see if one of those pairs turns into a triplet.
Out goes the East. Can pwn for Tempai if the 2 will be shoved. That is the 8. It is not called.
Oh, big 4-mon draw. That fixes the problem for Mochizuki. Big opportunity for her to fight now.
Okay. Just draw the last 8 pin of the wall and Riichi Tanyao waiting 4-7. I didn't call it. Just gladly taken my Tanyao Nomi, but gets the reach. He just draws the right tile.
Yeah, really awkward timing now that the 6-0s come out. That's right in the danger zone. With 2 door, you really want to fight for this.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is rough.
The only so tile in that pot is an 8-so. It's just so hard to push both the 2 and the 6.
There's the 7, though. Deals in. Riichi Tanyao, no Ura. Could have been a lot worse, but 2-han. And it is dealer, though, so Hayami picks up quite a bit off of it. Of course, 3,900 plus the 1 Honba.
Mochizuki somewhat vindicated for the fold. We're going to get there anyway. No need to take risk.
Hayami will have another dealer turn here, East 2-2, getting a couple repeats in both of these first couple hands. Not a bad hand. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad. Shapes are clearly there. Has a floating Shadora. A slow Pinfu, decent Pinfu, maybe 1 to the Sanshiku, and this is... It's going to try so hard to be a whole lot of... Oh, well, that's a Dora pair.
We welcome those.
And there is the Dora, and you can't call it, but at the same time, you're thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a question mark, though. Why is the Dora coming out so soon? We saw East first cut, and then Dora second cut. So maybe you start to suspect it's an advanced hand.
Yes. Or it's just so Tanya that it's never going to use the Shaw.
Yeah, that's
Those are my two thoughts. Because if it's holded, so you obviously keep it. But if it's just a Riichi Pinfu Tanya where you don't even want to mess with it, that's certainly understandable.
Oh, the Sanchoku is a little bit harder now with 2 pairs of 3s. At least the sequence way.
Ooh. Okay, does cut the 6 anyway.
Yeah, ideally...
Nice shift down.
You want to get off of that 1-2 pin penchant, but the Shabo is not that much better. So ideally, you're going to draw a tile around the 6-0 and make a
Well, I
sequence.
was wondering if we just cut the 1-2 and hold the 6.
Yeah, I think that's a totally fine move too, but just draw the Onko and fix all your problems.
Yeah, I should learn how to do that.
It's the second time
made this game a lot easier. Five will be held with the earlier 3. It's not that good. Oh no. Just go 9 pin and then cut the 9-1.
Yeah, too many shapes in that
What
hand.
it's looking like.
Oh, there it is.
Sanshiku. I think the 6 came out. Do we ever cut the 6 so instead of the 6 pin?
I'll say that 5-mon does have a 3-mon in the pawn, so a little bit worried there.
That is not Tempai. 3 so goes back. 7-mon is a blank. Well, too many pairs. Which one do you want? I just throw it back. Thinks about it. That does. 4-on. Ooh.
Headless.
That is a super wide E-shunt. It's actually headless. You don't think about it in those terms, but it is. That is Tempai, Riichi, Nomi, 1 so, 4 so.
Yeah, but this is a later Riichi.
That is a super wide E-shunt, and you're shoving the 9 every time here. That is Tempai. Will Dama here waiting 6 so for Tanya only. Three looks like a probable fold.
Yeah, still keeps...
Now, you did the 9 safe last turn. You should think it's probably safe this turn.
It still keeps the 1-2-3 Sanchoku alive, but there's only 1-2 pin left from her perspective, so it's a little bit tough. Yeah,
It's been unfortunate that 3-pin pair up. Four, that is a good weight. This is Riichi Tanya, 3 so, 6 so.
Yeah, so tiles all dealing in now 1, 4, 3, 6. Ooh.
That is not Tempai. That's a 6-mon.
Hayami with Dora 2 as dealer definitely wants to fight here. Can she pull in a useful tile?
Gets a 3, but it's in the wrong
No,
suit.
that's not a useful one. That's also a deal in.
It does deal in, and you can tell she didn't like it. Out it goes, Riichi Nomi. Any Ura? Nope.
understandable. You gotta, as dealer, give it a shot.
Well, Tsukada expands the lead here up to 39-4, and we are now in East 3.
Ogasahara is just 8,000-ish points away from second place. 10,000 points away from fourth, so kind of even distance on either end.
Bunch of pairs here, but mainly it's the set of Anko, the Anko of Haku. There's a nice little Pinfu type hand, so I want to really help. It says awkward pairs similarly. I feel this is just a whole bunch of mediocre hands, and then this one, which is actually close to good. Dreamon doesn't do much. 335, 779. 4 creates a Kanchan. 4, 600. Ooh, that 7's an amazing draw. Ishunten, Farichi, Pinfu, Tanya, Ipeko, Dora.
Always feels good to make a good shape with the Dora.
Speaking of good shapes, 7 shows a perfect fit for this hand.
4-pin feels so good.
Has to be the 4, doesn't it?
Oh,
wow,
goes
goes to the 8. 3 so expands the shape in Sozu much more widely. Back goes the Shah, and you look at that pawn, Tone, Shah, and 2-pin. One of these is not like the others.
Yeah, if 7-pin wasn't Dora, then going 8-pin then 4-pin sets up the trap better. But with it being the Dora...
Oh, read the wall perfectly.
There we
You
go.
just slam it. Out it goes. Riichi Haku. We're all greeting for the Dora, and she says, no, I just need the Riichi Haku. Haku's my value. Four so's not the winning tile, though. 4-7 Manzu. See, I don't think that's Tempai. It's an annoying shape.
The shape is it was so funny. 2-2, 3, 4-4, 5, 6-6. It's like you pick on either of those odd number tiles, you gotta draw it.
Well, I mean, one of the prettiest hands is the Tanyao Chinitsu Rian Peiko. Oh, that, on the other hand, I believe. Hold on, let me see. That is not Tempai either, is it? Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, gonna go with the 4 so. Maybe the pin tile is close to the door. It's too hard to push. Certainly not the most effective cut efficiency-wise, but you know, if you're never planning to discard 6-pin or 7-pin there.
Well, that's just Tempai. Do you reach on the door, or do you take the greedy value, or good weight?
It's gotta be 6-pin for me.
With how many 8s are out, I'd cut 6-pin. If I didn't see 3 8s, I'd cut 7.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, is the 3 8s. We can't even see all of the pond on the left.
Yeah, he thinks the same thing. Riichi, Tanyo, Dora, 2 or 3. 2 so 7-pin. Tone is not it. Pay is not it. Three so close, but nope. South isn't going to do anything. Yeah, that just goes right back. And the Riichi roulette continues, and there's the door. Riichi Tanyo Dora 3, or is Hanemon? Nope. We'll still gladly take the Bangan, though.
I guess
and Hayami will be very glad to pick that up, especially with the direct hit of Tsukada. Jumps into a big first now, 6,000 up over second place. And Mochizuki will be dealer in East 4. Never feels good when you see a tile near the Dora as the Riichi tile, and then you draw the Dora.
Yeah. That is a sinking feeling for sure.
I've seen this movie before, and I know how it ends. This is a double East. We are still in East round. There were a bunch of repeats earlier. We are still in East round. So Mochizuki with a double Yakuhai. Speaking of East, one floater this end. Out it goes. I mentioned an instant call, and it is. The question, get any other value. There's a 678 Sanshogu routed here, but will be hard to fill. At the same time, getting 2 Han and a repeat is perfectly acceptable. But you're always greeting for value. 468 in Pinzu may go Tanya now. Hatsu pair up could go Honitsu in Pinzu. Oh, 678 Sanshogu looking much better. Could even be the 567, I suppose. Tuso. I mean, it gives the Pekka right. Well, I'm just cutting everything except the Dora and then going Honitsu.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The timing of that Dora discard. Generally, you want to hold it late in the hand, but could...
Ooh, do we go 2-so, 4-so? Yes, we do.
Oh, now it's too late.
And that is Tempai. Can shift up towards Sanshoku, but as of right now, it's just the double Yakuhai. That is, unless, of course, the door itself is thrown.
Yeah, we'll see
drawn,
if it's too late with 2 calls.
I mean, if you get Honit close to Honitsu, I'm throwing the Dora. Forget this.
Yeah, it's really tough to not just jam that. It's a 6-man draw, I believe.
3-pin could go 6-8. Nope, throws the 3 back. Uh-oh. Doing everything she can to not have to throw it, but if you reach Tempai, it just always comes out.
I mean, can get bailed out with the 8-man draw. That's about the only thing.
Yeah, that'd be the ideal pull here, because then you just have the 2-sided wave. Oh, doesn't matter. Fine. You're not giving it to me. I'll draw it myself. Mochizuki, $2,000 here with the double East Dora. Only 1,000 back of Ogasahara. Of course, Tsukada and Hayami way up there.
That's
At the same time, you're not going to look at 3 Han as dealer in East round and be sad about it.
No.
I'm glad we hit the expensive end.
But that's a pretty big defensive maneuver there. Maybe with no calls or with 1 call, you might preemptively cut the 8-man and hold an otter towel for better Honitsu draws. But with 2 calls and a player looking advanced, the dealer looking advanced decides to hold off on the 8-man till the very end, and as a result saves a lot of points.
Yes, 5,800. You'll notice that. Those add up very quickly. Now, this has 3 pairs and not much else. This is a slow Pinfu hand, maybe Peiko in the Manzu with the 6-7-7-8. This is just Riichi Nomi. It's hard to get anything else. Hatu pair up, maybe call and go. Could even go Chi Toy or Toy Toy. East pair up. I imagine this is call and go, especially on the potential for the Doritanki with the floating Haku. 2-4-mon. There's just no value there. I don't think it's ever going to get value. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if you draw more of the White Dragon, then certainly all things are possible with the Dora. But
well, yes, you just keep drawing Dora. The problem is the Dora kind of disappearing. There is the East.
And now this is interesting from Mochizuki as well. She has multiple diamond shapes, but no pair. Could cut the White Dragon for maximum efficiency, or...
Ooh, now we find it out. I would cut the 4-5. Let's go! I am a well-known Doritanki appreciator.
That is truly the Corak classic.
something many people have said is you try to figure out what he's doing, it's probably just Doratanki. Oh, but the backfire of the 3-pin. At the same time, it would have been a Tonki, just got the wrong Ryanman.
Yeah.
So that's a bit unfortunate. Well, this is a very nice hand. Could go 5-pin or 5, so could even consider towards Chanta here.
It is possible with 7-so draw or 2.
Form on, just do anything immediately, but it's slightly synth shape. Yeah, you go 5-pin for sure. Because if you get the 8, then you just shove the Haku.
Yeah, it's more pair options. Just holding a single tile.
3-so, connects to the 5. 8 mod, well, there's your Ipeko route. Cuts the 5-6. That's very much an I don't want to get involved in this mess. I don't think this is finishing.
Yeah, forget Ipeko. How about Chitoi?
Could we not?
Hello, Saranko chance.
I mean, it's 5-3 every time, isn't it?
Ooh, give it some thought.
She wants to get the 2-3, but I think the Pinzu look amazing in the wall. Yeah, it goes with the 3 here.
Maybe just.
And the reason the 5 wasn't cut is because of the Furiton with the 2-so earlier.
That's
Ooh,
another.
well, yeah, I kind of like the 5. Haku!
Yeah, it's a big deal. Who's gonna get the second Haku? Tsukada.
Yes. Oh, it's Chitoi.
Oh no!
Oh no! I don't think you made any mistakes, but the wall said you are not getting it here. And that's Tempai. This is Riichi, possible Sunanko, possible Hatsu. If the stick gets thrown out, I think you have to.
Yeah,
Out it goes.
Maybe if you drew the Anko instead, you can consider Damo for Anko, but in this spot. Aim for Tsumo. Tsukada might have to give this one Hayami no Ipatsumo.
It's an honor, but that's not the one you're looking for. A 2-so signifies I'm out of here. 6, the perfect chase. That's going to be Dama here waiting 9-pin Haku.
The 9-pin is dead, so only Haku live. That's why she doesn't need to Riichi.
Of course, we know the Haku isn't it also dead? I know there's at least one.
Yeah, I think one's still left.
Is there one on the wall? Yeah, one on the wall.
Sure.
Well, there's your Suanko route. You said to know instantly what the next several draws are going to be.
The 5-mon's back.
Well, and at this point, you're not even worried about Furiton.
Yeah, you can never cut the Haku, so not even considering it as a pair option. Just maybe gives you a different discard if you draw the 4-mon.
That's Senpai if
you
you dare
dare
throw it, but you can't. You can't.
There's no way. You're last. Okay, we'll,
Yeah.
we'll respect it.
No, you can't. No, we'll find out very soon that was definitely the correct play.
That's a little pause there. Where are they? They're not on the board? I guess we'll hold on to that.
And get to the door Tonki. You might even see a double roan here if there is one on the wall like we think there is.
Okay, no go.
4 pit is not a great tile, but what else you gonna do? 4 mon. Back it goes.
Yeah.
2 more draws. 4 pin, isn't it? Last chance, and this hand doesn't care. If you draw the Haku, it's not coming out.
All right. No dice.
Oh no, 2 more draws. My mistake. 3. Here's the last draw.
Oh, Hatsu! No!
That's Hote.
Does she back away? She's readjusting the wall, right? Buying some time to think about this.
So much value. Riichi, Hote, Hatsu, tons of Fu here. This would be what, 360 or yeah,
Gets
wow.
off of it.
Gets away from it and sees it was the right play. Amazing discipline there.
Well done. We've seen
More importantly, just relative poker face off of it of a, yep, I do it.
calm, cool, and collected. And again, props to Mochizuki as well to find a Tempai. Dance around both of the big
Wow.
hands.
I don't know that I could have held that one back. I mean, it looked bad, but at the same time, but Tempai.
Yeah, the math changes drastically though when you've drawn Haite. When you've drawn the last tile and you
Yes.
didn't win. You're no longer playing for your manga on hand anymore. You're playing for 1,000
Tempai
points.
payments. Well, you're paying for 2,500.
Yeah, 2,500 with the net.
Right
Right.
there. So if it deals in and it's cheap, even Riichi Hote, that's fine. Riichi Hote Dora's expensive.
The thing is, it's
Even
a
Riichi
Hatsu, right? So it's
Is bad. Yeah, exactly. It's the same concept as Patsu, but you do have to consider it.
right.
It's very different. The math, as you said, changes. 1, 2, 3 here. No real value. This is a slow pin for that's a slow hand. That's a count the Kanchan. I think I counted at least 5, may have been 6.
They were still in the East round, so that pair for Tsukada.
Ooh, Kuchiki. Yep, should always be the 9 here. Floating 4-mon, floating 5 pin. Fills one of those Kanchan. Well, this is the 2, 4, 6, 8, and says the 2 is the most useless because I definitely want to use the 6, seeing as it's Dora.
Mm-hmm.
5, so is the Dora indicator.
Which child you want to
So hold
float?
on. 4-mon is the normal cut here because you have Ipeco upgrades in Pinzu and Dora upgrades in Sozu.
Got like process of elimination to decide what you want to keep. Do you have a reason to keep this one? What about this one? Okay, well, this one we don't have as strong of a reason.
There you go, just slam, no thinking required. Riichi Pinfu, possible Ipeco. 4 pin is the cheap end, 7 pin is the expensive end. Gonna see a call to break Ipatsu here, waiting 2 pin, 5 pin. So everything's in Pinzu, 2-5 versus 4-7.
Ogasahara has not really had much of a chance to fight in the recent memory. Kind of been sitting back and watching these other players slam Riichis and fight with their open hands.
7 so right by the Dora, but out it goes. Ton Onko, this is Tempai. You have to take it, don't you? We are still in East round. This is Reach, Ton, Dora 1.
And it's
The
going to
3 pin
win.
deal did another Pinzu. Wait, that's Ipatsu, and that's Mangan.
So they've gone back and forth with these Ipatsu deal-ins, or rather, Chase Reach deal-ins. This time, Tsukada getting the better of it.
All the sticks as well. Look at the size of that pot.
It's almost a dealer manga.
And says, hey, you hit me for a Mongon a little bit ago. Can I have those points back? Thanks.
All right, we look at the live scores in yellow as we go into the South rounds. The lead shrinking for Team Ampai.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're Ogasahara, you're thinking, hey, as long as it's second, it's fine. Well, fourth is not fine. Fourth is what you were trying to avoid in this game.
Definitely not out of time, though.
Yes, we have all of South round, pending clock, of course. 9 so goes back. 5 so is the Dora. Mediocre Pinfu hand. Does the over up in Monzo with the 1, 2, 4, 5. 7 exits shape there. 7, 7, 8 in Sozu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Cuts the 9. Not even thinking it to. 3 pin. Yusuko Tanyao. Cuts the 2 so for now. Bit extremes with the 4, 5. Another pair. Okay, that's the Tanyao play. Possible 5, 6 from Sanjku would require some effort, though. Pair up the 7-mon. 1 so doesn't do anything. We'll hold it back anyway. 1 pin. That's a pair up. You go 3, 6. No, goes with the penchant cut. Yuck. And you can see this is the... Wait, what do I do with this? Yeah, when in doubt, I feel a lot of the time just throwing it back is the correct play. If you have a tile that you don't know what you're going to do with, throwing it back is fine because you haven't lost anything in your mind of what your hand's going to become potentially.
Yeah, you had a plan, and then the tile didn't fit with your plan, so just throw it back.
I have said it over and over again. I don't like to have to think at the table. And when given an option to just not, I generally prefer it. The Shunten here with the potential Tanyao. This hand in the hand just going to cut the 7-9 out. One so worthless tile. But we'll hold it over the 6 with the 1-1-3-4-4-4-6. 6 isn't a whole lot there. Extends the Sojip here with the plan Sanshiro, so the 2 is useless. 9's pin goes back. 2-bit, oh, a backfire. Could have already had an Anko. That'd be in a much better shape.
Yeah, 2-pin was a good cut at the time, but now...
2-pin, when I came out, I was thinking, I wasn't that thrilled with it, but it was acceptable. Then again, I am well known for my Tanyo goggles. I see it everywhere. Why? Because it's everywhere. That's going to be Tenpai waiting 2-mon, 5-mon, so Tanya Nomi or Tanya Dora.
Yeah, Ogasahara does not need to make up the ground that she's missing in one go.
6, well, especially with the 2 and the 4 in your pawn, the 6 just needs to go back.
A little pause there because it does look a little bit suspicious against the open hand. I mean, that hand looks very advanced in addition to the call.
Now, if you're Ogasahara, do you die Minkon?
Yeah, you're the only open player, so any Riichi chase is going to be really scary.
It is. You don't normally do it, especially with a big lead, but it is something you should be thinking about before you get in that situation.
Oh, for sure.
I feel that's something a lot of players forget, is they just see a tile and go, oh, what am I supposed to do here? Like this! This is the wrong tile, but it is Riichi +1, so you should just slam it. There's an argument to Dama, but that would be Dama, and that's bad.
Yeah, I think,
hey, she agrees with me.
I think even if you draw the 3-mon there, you're not super happy to cut the 6-mon against the open. Oh, 6-mon's actually safe, and I'll take that thought back.
Out goes the 5 so. Well, Hatsu. Not as changed the Ote last turn. Out goes the 4 so. That is Tenpai. Which one do you want? We'll go to Riichi on the 6, waiting 3-mon, 6-mon. Riichi Pinfu Dora 1, I believe. There's the 5, because that would be your upgrade to the ugly shove pole you don't really want, but that would have come out apparently. So we have 3 players Tenpai, the open-handed, 2 Riichis.
Yeah, it's kind of in a kind of tough spot. Has to defend against all 3.
Oh, just Shimo, easy game. Hey, Tanyao ends this mess, picks up a couple sticks as well. And Ogasahara going to get out of 4th with this. Not a big hand, but the stick's worth much more than the hand itself.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, though, in the standings. In the live standings. As placement,
yes,
big
if you end up with a 3rd, it's like, yeah, it's not great, but whatever. The 4th, though, would really hurt you. Well, Hayami is dealer here. Needs to make up some points. Get her team's in really rough shape. But you're likely playing for the individual competition at this point. Here we have a mediocre Pinfu hand, maybe Tanyao. I want to go Honetsu with this, but the floating honors are just annoying to use. This is a pay pair that is the north seat, so Tsukada can just call it down and has an incentive to with the scoreline as it is. Chun pair up. Well, that creates a penchant. It's not great, but it's better than the 1. 3-pin pair up. Definitely looking Tanyao. There is that aforementioned pay, and it is called. Has 1 Dora as well. 6-pin, 5, 6, 8, 9. 8-pin. Ugh. Yeah, same thing. Doesn't know what to do with it. Just thinks about it, throws it back. Dora pair.
Hello.
Tuso. And you can use the 3 now. 9-1 pair up. Okay, just call and go. Gonna be sad because the hand's going to look Konitsu, but it's not.
A lot of side maneuvers here. Nothing immediately advancing Shantan.
7 shows a good draw. It connects with the 9s. There's our 3 pawn, looking for the Tanya, maybe Tanya Dora 1. 8-mon pair up, cuts the 6. Chudanko.
Mochizuki really hedging this flush idea.
3 so is not it. 6-mon fits in nicely though. 1 so isn't it. Do you ever hold the 1 so and say maybe there's a chant in here somewhere? This should be the 8-mon. Yeah, thinks about it and says we want the perfect Shunton. Because you have a hand like this, you don't have any defense, and you need to win the hand. So even just losing the calling options makes it a lot weaker. Double pension Ishunten with 2 Dora. And there it is Tempai waiting for 7-pin. Ishunten here as well. So that's 1 Tempai and 3 Shunten. That is Tempai.
Ooh, spicy. 7-pin would be Sanshoku.
Yes, it would. Riichi, Dora, Tanya, possible Sanshoku. Ooh, speaking of spicy draws.
Yeah, these hands are getting really good now.
Now I just want to go Honitsu. Oh, Tempai on the 3 with 2 Dora.
Hey, is fine. Both players on the 4-7 pin here.
Oh, I feel sad with the 5 so pair up like that.
8 so Suji.
Yeah, it's fine. Not worried about it that much. 4-mon. Oh, that's bad.
Dora Suji could dance with the 2-mon.
You go 2-mon, 2-mon, yeah.
Hope to draw an incorporated door yourself, but then you're not Tempai.
You're also dealer, so I think you just shove.
Oh,
Sumo! It is the cheap end, though. Reach Sumo, Tanya Dora. No Aura, but it is a Mongon, so you don't need too much value. We'll jump into 2nd place. Ogasahara, very glad to get that result.
Yeah, it's a big win. Especially with Sumo, that is Hayami taking the dealer penalty. So a bit of a gap open now, 6,100 points in 2nd place, and now even fighting for 1st.
Yes, Scooby Dealer here as well in South 3, looking to maybe take a play for 1st. But as we've mentioned many times, this broadcast, it would be fine with a 2nd overall in this game. You can see that big yellow score now back in the much better hundreds with 136.9.
Ooh, Chun Perez, Dora.
Ooh, there you want to go Honitsu, but you're not sure how. And yeah, that definitely feels like it with that cut. 7-pin pair up. That's actually Ishunten with a 5 so or an 8 so. 4-pin gives a 2-4-7-9. 2-pin 2-3-5-7-9. 4-mon. Well, now it's just Tanya. You can even call it, especially get a 5.
Yeah, she got...
Mochizuki doesn't want 1 Han. Mochizuki wants value.
She got Tempai and slammed the Chun. I don't even know that Tsukada would call it.
That is Tempai. Well, Dama here, waiting on the 5. Well,
Yeah.
that answers that.
Well, without a Riichi, there's no reason not to.
There's the Paypone trying to shut this down.
Yeah, Chun and Pei calls, definitely suspicious. Could there be more value behind the door 3?
You often think, yeah, maybe, but at the same time, meh. It's not like you can do anything about it if it is.
Ishantem.
We'll cut to 5, not greeting the Itsu. Probably just feel if there's any time left.
Could
Con? I would con. You might even con into Riichi here.
No.
I hate this.
Yeah,
I really don't like that at all.
even without the con, you could just cut 4, so 6-0 and play for the wider, the Yamen.
Well, the problem is you need value, and the game said, here, have some value. You said, no!
I think if there was a Yamen weight, she definitely would have conned.
Well, yes, for sure. But at the same time, the other advantage of the con is you end up Shampol conning the 6, waiting on the 7. It's pretty disgusting to have to fight against.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the other part. The con is really 3 parts, and it's not talked about that often. You have, obviously, the extra draw on the Rinshan. But you also have the Fu increase, which is massively underrated, and then the potential for Oradora. Oh no! I am sad. This is the sound of a very sad Corak.
We'll never know.
Well, we do know because the Ka would have at least been more Fu, if nothing else.
Yeah, as is still in 4th place going into all that. So, that's one of those hands where I'll tsumo and I'll feel sad about it, and I'll think back on that hand later. I'll search my feelings and decide if I agree with my own play later. But now is not the hand to think about it. Now we're just thinking about how we advance on our dealership.
Yes, that's a decent hand here. Of course, I'm the opposite. I had a chance to reach you and I didn't. It backfired. I'm not going to be able to live myself for a week. That's a Riichi Nomi hand, probably. The 5 pin is the door. One of those in there. Kind of Kanshan everywhere. It's also Kanshans everywhere. Ryoka in there with the Manzu.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, Sanshoku. There it is.
Ishantem. Very fast.
The thing is, Tsukada doesn't care about value. Just give me the Tempai.
Yeah, could just chi her way.
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's not ideal that Ogasahara is in 2nd right now, but sometimes you just have to take it.
Yeah, more important is making sure that you get first. That's going to be worth a lot more.
The first place bonus is huge. Plus, it almost, I'm not going to say eliminates, but really ruins the chance of FireBird, too. Because then both of you are going to be high rolling in the last day. Or should I say, attempting to high roll.
Right.
4 so 3 4 4 6 8. So a Ryan Con and a Ryan Men. 1 1 2 3 7 9. 3 Mon goes back. Which dragon do you want? Throws the Hatsu back. 2 so okay, that's one of those shapes completed.
Oh,
what 3?
Oh no!
What about just Shanta Tempai?
Oh, this is gonna win.
Sanshoku.
Mochizuki is in the process of cutting 2-mon, 1-mon, and Tsukada has Dama, Chanta, Sanshoku waiting on the 1-mon. With the 2-mon's back, so saves it for a turn.
Saves for a turn.
The wall gave Mochizuki a chance to save herself, but you can't know. 1 pin's still safe.
Yeah.
Anyone else can draw 1 mon. 4 mon, that's Pinshu.
And there would be a Pinfu. Oh, we'll just take it. Says I'm in first. I don't need the value. It's fine.
Okay. Wow. Could have been even more dramatic, but Tsukada finding the first place here with the Pinshu Dama. And Mochizuki has to look at that and say, thank goodness I drew two useless tiles and saved me from cutting the 1 mon.
That would have been utter misery. As it is, it's oh, okay. Well, I guess that could have been bad. But Tsukada, the big winner here at the 46.5, puts her team in position here. They're now going to be 0.2 behind Team FireBird for second. But ultimately, it's Team Ampai that are the ones everybody's chasing here in this group at 135.9 left. There's the Mochizuki with the 4th. Unfortunate there for Team FireBird.
Yeah, it was well fought though. There were a lot of hands that I thought she played quite well and could not stop that incredibly fast Pinshu from Tsukada there at the end, who also again opened the game with a big dealer 12,000 points and then got hit by a chasing Mongon and then won a chasing Mongon, so had her fair share of big hands. Definitely did her part for the team, and we'll get to see that in the on the big screen at the end, the grand totals.
Well, let's go ahead and check them out.
As a reminder, this is what we were looking at coming into the game. Oops. This one right here. Team Ampai had the lead, 161.5. FireBird was second. TF Channel, third place with negative 107.8. And Gatinha also in the negatives there as well. But the game.
Well, I think I know who had the big game today then.
Yeah, today was quite the day for Team TF Channel. It was
casual first, 138.1.
And this is why we say you're never out of it, even if you're in the negatives. I mean, the team was over 200 points behind, maybe even close to 300 points behind at the start of the day. And, well, 3 first places later, they're looking really good to make a comeback, at least give themselves a chance.
Solid performance. They will be in it still, though a lot of work to do to make it up to Ampai. But Team FireBird, on the other hand, that's a bit unfortunate. They were in a good position to take on Team Ampai, but not much changes here. Now you have a team you thought was left for dead is going to be on your heels. 0.2 difference going into the final day.
Yeah, Team Ampai did, kind of what the general plan is when you're in the lead. Don't get a 4th. And hope for some positive scores, but they got a couple negatives, and that's actually kind of a big deal. The gap between second and third, a little bit wider than the other gaps, so it is going to be, a small negative for them on the day. We'll take a look at the ultimate standings, though, and we see that the gap is now down to 100 points.
Yeah, but at the same time, that 0.2 just always jumps out at you.
Yeah, FireBird, TF Channel.
Now you're in third, but just barely. It's
basically
fine.
tied for second here. It's a
yes,
definitely a 3-way race.
And it always makes the last day very interesting when there are 3 teams in the scrum, because you don't. It's not just enough that I must win; it is that you must lose. At the same time, that's the mindset of everyone, except for Team Gatinha.
Yeah.
Ampai would be like, it's fine, just let me get out of here. Don't worry about it. FireBird and TF Channel are going to be out for blood, though.
I'm still waiting for the pastoral that ends up hitting the team that you're targeting. I want to see that in the last set of games, and we'll get that experience a little bit later next month. But before that, we do have individual standings to take a peek at. Again, we promised these. Let's blow them up, make them bigger so that they're easier to read. Let's cover the whole screen here. Towards the individual playoffs, you want to be in the top group. You get an easy bid into the actual playoffs themselves. If you're not in the top group, then you have to play games in order to put yourself in the group. Every round of games, players get eliminated, players get added into the actual playoffs themselves. And so the higher you are in the standings, the better off you'll be. And we have Akari Kimura up at the top, 239.7. Arisa Ishikawa as well, over 200 points, as well as Rinka Hayakawa and Uika Seto. All these players have been kind of moving slowly and surely their way to the top. We see a lot of names that we've seen over the course of the past few weeks. But as we move to the deeper portion of the standings, these teams are going to be a little bit more on the bubble. See Aki Nikaido, Nemi Otsuki, and Aoi Yonashiro, some of the players that we've seen recently on the stream.
And the other thing to note is there's a minimum 8 games, but everyone on the first 2 pages already has those in the bank, so they are eligible with these scores. At the same time, I figure the line will move, especially those in that 20 to 23 range. You're not feeling very comfortable.
Yeah, we have one last little page here. These are the players on the bubble.
Every color has its own cutoff, and you want to be in as high a group as possible to get more chances to win once you get to the qualifying stages. But right now the cut line is Miho Koike in 29th with 10 games and 102.6.
Yeah, and this is going to matter for the teams that, especially for the teams that may not have the best chance going into the last round of going in. Maybe you send up the player that has the best chance of having a good individual performance and try to give them a shot at making the individual playoffs for the team. I believe that...
Or even if you're at just like plus 40 right now, sit them in for 3 games. Why not?
Absolutely.
What do you have to lose?
WRC, I think, is going to be sending Mio Nishida for a few games to see if she can pull our team into the playoffs, and if not, maybe she can get there individually as well. I think the schedules also work out that way. It's convenient for her to hop in, so best of luck to her coming soon.
Yes, best of luck to Team WRC as always. With that, when is our next broadcast?
I heard a rumor that it was going to be March 12th and 13th.
So 2 weeks, the normal gap. Of course, we missed something that we've been out for about a month before yesterday because, of course, there are live events that are going on all the time. This isn't just a have to come every other Thursday and Friday. It is when the games are played, we'll get them to you that week. That is the plan. So with that, I guess when we wrap it up and say... thanks for watching. For Nathanael, Chiral, Harrison, Nate, Jenn, this is Corak. Hope you have a good day and see you in a couple weeks.